he has in the 88 number. I know we probably associate that most with Dale Jr., but his dad put this out earlier. It was a tweet. He ran his first Bandolero race in the 88. You see his first late model race in the 88, and then tonight, kind of full circle, gets to run his first Xfinity Series race with that same
It's
number.
awesome because I remember covering his dad, and so it's really cool to kind of see these second
It makes you feel
generation.
old all
It
of a
does.
sudden.
It certainly does. Thanks for pointing that out. Coming up, we're going to continue to talk about that Junior Motorsports team yet to win this season. They got 5 chances out there tonight. Could it be their night? Larry and Jamie are going to weigh in on that topic. We are getting you ready for night racing in Martinsville, Virginia. Cool night out there, but man, we're going to fire things up.
To 50 years with my best friend.
The quicker picker upper.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How's everybody doing today? Hope y'all are having a great fucking day. A great evening. We have some more racing from Martinsville. This time it's the Xfinity boys doing it. And it's 15 laps longer than last night's truck race. So it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be an interesting one. The Xfinity race at Martinsville is can't miss TV. So, and last fall I missed it. So yeah.
Welcome to Lobster Fest. Is your party ready? Ready to tango with tails on tails on tails? Try Lobster Lover's Dream while you can. It's one of 10 next-level lobster creations. Lobster Fest is ending soon, so hurry in.
It's that time of year again. When the boys in blue don't move, get a much earned
You should be more nice.
break. Break. New episode Friday on Fox Nation.
It may not sound like it, but this is actually progress at 225 miles per hour. Shell Renewable Race Fuel, reducing emissions by 60% in all NTT IndyCar Series races. We're moving forward with IndyCar because we're moving forward with everybody. Shell, powering progress.
Buy 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com.
I'm rolling a blunt.
That's me.
How are you, Sam? What's up, Lucas? How you doing? Who wins today? I'm not sure. I really hope Sheldon can get his first career win. And he started up there at third. Gibbs always good at.
2-minute drill and goal line stands. We believe in fierceness.
You know what?
And whatever this guy's doing. We believe in speed and power, and that nothing is more dangerous than a man with a dream.
You know what?
Football.
This is who I'm picking.
United Football. Houston.
My man.
On fire.
My man gets his first career win tonight.
Welcome back to Race Day.
He gets his first career win tonight.
What a night. I know you love that, don't you, Jamie? Racing under the lights is something that started just a few years ago, back in 2021.
Outstanding atmosphere. How about a short track Saturday night on FS?
That's who wins. That's who wins tonight.
Kind of feel the energy.
It's my man, Sheldon Creed.
It feels cooler because you're racing under the light.
You see flames blow out of the tailpipes.
It's just flat out as fast as you can go. Night racing is just always better.
Yeah, Brandon Jones, I promised we would talk more Junior Motorsports, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Take a look at the team's 4 full-time drivers, still looking for their first victory this season. And here are their average finishes on the year, right around 15th for the 3 of them, and then 26.3 for Sam Mayer. Regan Smith is with 2 Martinsville winners from that Junior Motorsports stable.
Well, Shannon, not only do these 2 drivers have a win at Martinsville in common, they've got a couple other things in common. Justin and Brandon, you guys have both not only won here, but you are both Junior Motorsports drivers. You both qualified good yesterday. Fortunately, you're both going to the back tonight. Going to make it pretty exciting for us. I'll start with you, Justin. How do you determine the level of aggression to use early on in this race going to the rear?
Well, I think a lot of that's going to come down to what the field determines that. I feel like these races are always so unique, and our Journey Logistics Camaro was really good in practice yesterday. Obviously, backed that up with a great qualifying effort. It does stink to go to the back, but at the same time, I feel like if we methodically work our way through there and we have good pit strategy, you know, I got Jim Holman on the pit box tonight. I know that we're going to have some good strategy up our sleeve, and you know, just go out there and manage the race the best we can and have a good race for the team.
Brandon, you get your first pole of the season. Unfortunately, you're not going to be the first one to see the start-finish line. How is it though, knowing how fast your race car is, even though you got to go to the back?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, right? You don't want to get out there and take yourself out trying to get to the front with urgency and then not see the end, right? Like, I think I definitely got to make it to the end with the fast race car like we have today. Unfortunately, I'm ahead of Justin, so I want Justin to be ahead of me and him the bad guy, right? Like, I don't want to have to move everybody, but we'll see how it goes. Like he said, if you get a caution early on, right, we may short pit stages and we can flip stuff around and get our track position back. But if not, we're going to have to try to work our way up there pretty quick and try not to, you know, get ourselves in position to lose a lap or something crazy too. So looking forward to getting going. I love this racetrack. I love coming here. Always really fun energy. And we've got Scott's on our Menards Chevy Camaro this weekend. So looking forward to trying to get them a good run too.
If you do have to move them, you got some good bumper bars in there, right?
That's right. The bumper bars are good. I don't know about the brake rotors, but the bumper bars are going to be good.
Shana, these guys are going to make it exciting. I love it when we have the field mixed up like this at the start. It's going to be fun to watch them coming from the rear of the field.
It sure will. You know, normally every single weekend you look at Justin Allgaier starts at a racetrack and they're like 20, 30 because he's been doing it so long. Just 8 here because Xfinity Series didn't race at Martinsville for so long, and he has his work cut out for him tonight.
Yeah, and Regan mentioned that he had won there. He won the last time we were there, so he has to feel good heading into this race. It's also, if you look at the average finish, it's his second best oval track, so he's comfortable here. I think just reading both their body languages, though, it was interesting to see how relaxed they are. I mean, to have to go to the back of the pack at Martinsville, you know it's going to be a little bit chaotic, and much like Chandler.
Yeah, they got Brandon Jones on pole for tonight, so I hope he doesn't win.
Brandon both because they feel like they've got fast race cars, and Brandon Jones said it. He and his crew chief Philip Bell, they can go through some strategy. 250 laps. We saw it in a truck race last night, and it was only a 200-lap race. You can come from the back to the front, a lot with strategy, but I'm pretty impressed with this 9 car. They're starting to have speed. You go back last week, they qualified second at Richmond. Unfortunately, had an engine failure early, and now they backed it up by sitting on the pole at this short track.
We got a lot of fast cars coming from the back of the field, trying to get a win for Junior Motorsports and for their respective team. I know. I don't like hot dogs. Have you ever had the Jesse Jones hot dog?
Yeah, that's
yeah. So there it is, right there. Go ahead.
You got a sack full.
Yummy.
He's an asshole, but he's my asshole.
You add an all-new foot-long sidekick, like the Philly with a new $2 foot-long churro.
Sometimes the sidekick is the main event.
You would say that. Every epic foot-long deserves a perfect sidekick.
We're done.
What about these?
Looks right.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge and is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
It's hard to run a business on your own. Make it easier on yourself. With Shopify, you can have your
inventory,
payments, and customers in sync across all the places you sell. Start your journey with a free trial today.
Send a photo to you, man. Make up be mood. Loving but caring your neighborhood.
Shopping online comes with digital threats, so turn on NordVPN. Steer clear of phishing websites and encrypt
So, our stages for tonight.
Get the deal now.
So, what'd you get?
2 Nashville hot tenders and 3 Mandarin orange tenders.
Nice. What about you?
3 classic tenders.
4 big butterfly shrimp. 4 of a kind, baby. I win.
Is it always a competition?
You can't handle the shrimp.
See about that. Yeah, we will.
What is Circle?
Stages for tonight.
Take flight. Circle is the energy that gets you to the next level. Circle is what you hope for when life tosses lemons your way. Circle, available at Walmart and DrinkCircle.com.
Come on, where's the fucking, there it is. Stage 1 is 60 laps, so 10 laps longer than last night. Stage 2 is also 60 laps, so again, 10 laps longer than last night. So that'll end at lap 120, and then the final 130 laps will be the final stage. So, yeah, gonna be a fun night tonight.
Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com.
At Safelite, we'll take care of fixing your windshield. But did you know we can take care of your insurance claim? That means less stress for you.
Thanks.
My pleasure. Have a good one. You too. Schedule today at safelight.com.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Do not miss tomorrow's Cup Series action from Martinsville. We got you set to get ready for the race at 2 o'clock on race day. A full hour. Mark Truex Jr. is going to stop by. We got a great feature with Chris Myers and Rick Hendricks. So much more. Then we'll get you right to the race at 3 o'clock right here on FS1. 12 drivers in the field tonight are making their very first start at this tough half-mile racetrack. So they got 250 laps to try to figure it out. Austin Hill starting 10th.
Yeah, 2 wins in 2024. In fact, top 10 in all 6 races. Couple top 10s at Martinsville, including 4th back in 2022.
You see, starting on the front row right there, Cole Custer, kind of a big night for him. 150th start in the Xfinity Series. Never won here at Martinsville before, but has been in the top 5 with a 3rd place finish last April.
The only Junior Motorsports driver that does not have to go to the rear. Sam Moore is going to start 9th, has 3 top 10s.
Excuse me,
5
Chester.
Martinsville starts, but 30th the worst 4 times this year.
Yeah, Bert, it's kind of like a hometown race for him.
Yeah.
You know, in the Virginia area, 2 top 10s. It's been a tough start to the year. I am just thankful to see him not with a snake in his hand right now. That's right. Yeah.
There's Sheldon Creed. He's going to roll off 3rd in that 18 car. Still looking for that first career win. 2 of his 8 second-place finishes have come right there in Martinsville. 3 top 10s, but 3 finishes outside the top 25 this year.
Yeah, Mr. Monster Energy. You see Riley Herbst right there going to start kind of mid-pack back in 22nd. You see 2 top 10 finishes here, but he's one of those guys that you never count out, guys.
All right, time to make our race picks. Jamie, as usual, first.
You always go first.
Yeah,
you won last week. I still get to go first. So I said that Eric Almirola was going to win the Dash for Cash tonight. I think he's going to win the race as well. Won both stages at Richmond last week and wasn't able to get it done, but I think he does tonight.
I feel like I end up picking this guy a lot, but I'm going to go with that 0-0. They have really come to life here lately. Cole Custer, 4 top 10 finishes. I think that first win of 2024 will come tonight.
I'm going to have you pat me on the back one more time.
Again, you do a
just
really
one
good
more
job
time.
of that on your own.
I am going to go Chandler Smith. I know he's coming from the back of the field. I think he's going to go back-to-back on the short tracks. Best finish at 10th at Martinsville. I know, he's got a lot of work cut out for him. We've got our work cut out for us because we're going to get to sit back and watch the race. Let's head trackside for opening ceremonies from Martinsville.
Race fans, at this time, please rise as you are able and remove your hats.
Where is
and
everyone?
gowns. Render a hand salute as the Alexander Central High School Navy Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome from First Baptist Church in East Martinsville, Senior Pastor Charles Whitfield.
Would you join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we bless you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the privilege and power of place. From all over the world, our focus is here in Martinsville. While we have come for socialization and sports and speed and the spectacular sound of racing, we need your spirit, we need your safety, your security, and your strength. As these professionals compete, give them careful insight and wisdom. As we spectate, unify these efforts, O God, that makes for an enjoyable, fun-filled, family-friendly weekend. In the strong name of Christ we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome the High Point University Pep Band.
match, we've got reigning Cup Series champion Ryan Blaney and Mr. Bowtie himself, Austin Cindric, on the call with Adam Alexander. They'll take it right after the break.
Smile, you found it. The feeling of finding psoriasis can't filter out the real you. So go ahead, live unfiltered with the one and only Sotyktu, a once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis and the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding you're so ready for your close-up, or finding you don't have to hide your skin, just your background. Once daily Sotyktu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. There's only one Sotyktu, so ask for it by name. So clearly you, Sotyktu.
This season, Toyota Racing is looking for jaw droppers. Iron stomachs that can stand the pressure. And quick draw thumbs that leave their own smoke trail. So hold on tight and strap yourself in. This season, we want you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Tonight, your body clock is 3 time zones ahead. So you're up early. Hey, at least you get first crack and fresh waffles.
Bon appetit.
Oh, I will. What? Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine.
However you may choose to travel, we'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise for lives in drive.
I met with the TurboTax expert because I had 2 full-time jobs. Lawyering.
What is up? What is up, Kenneth? Do Cup drivers still get points for winning the pole? That has never been a thing, has it?
TurboTax full service expert.
I don't think you've ever gotten points for winning the pole.
Cold and smooth survival skills. Should you become stranded, be ready to
I mean, maybe back in like the early days of NASCAR, but at least as long as I've been watching, and I know even way before that, you've never gotten points for winning the pole.
Hold up! Someone just got BOGO free Blizzard treats, only in the DQ app. That someone could be you, but only for a limited time. BOGO free any size Blizzard treats. Get it now in the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good.
During an asthma attack, every second feels like an eternity. Primatene Mist works fast. It's clinically shown to open airways quickly. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler, Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again.
As the sun sets on Martinsville and the stars replace her shine, anticipation fills the air. We're off and rolling because on this stubborn short track, drivers.
It might be an interesting thing to add, though. It's like you get a playoff point for winning the pole. That might be cool.
It's NASCAR under the lights right now on FS1.
The sun is setting over Southern Virginia. It's short track season in the Xfinity Series next week. Richmond tonight.
I wouldn't be against that idea.
Martinsville. This place only a half mile, but boy, does it pack a punch. Drivers to watch.
But then again, it wouldn't be necessarily fair unless
he has to start in the back.
Oh, you win the first pit. Yeah, that you get. You get the first pit. Or you don't necessarily get the first pit, but you get the first pit stall selection. And then usually they pick that one.
Changing the brake rotors. Last fall's winner will have to drive to the field tonight as well. So good to have you with us on this Saturday evening with Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric. I'm Adam Alexander. Are you on your tiptoes to be as tall as Cindric over there?
The thing is, I'm on a box and my tiptoes, and you can barely get there.
I had to get some support over here too. You're just too tall. You know that?
I'd much rather have what he's got.
We're not playing basketball tonight. We're racing, and that's good because
Fuck
you're
Cindric.
racers and not basketball players. Tell me about this racetrack. You won here
Shut up.
last fall. What makes Martinsville unique?
I don't know who's more annoying right now, Cindric or Chester.
One of the biggest things I look
No, it's
for
definitely
in kind of
Cindric.
is just rubber progression.
It's definitely Cindric.
with these concrete corners, you're going to see the rubber get laid down. It's going to get darker as the night goes on. Temperatures kind of, have a factor in that, but it's how your car gets over that rubber. Do you get below it? Do you hug the curb, or do you kind of fade up and come down? So you have to continually change how you drive and ask of your car as the race goes on.
I think, Ryan, you touched on the temperatures. It's really, really cold tonight, and I think the restarts, that rubber progression is definitely going to be different. I saw a lot more left front tire lockup than I've probably ever seen in the Xfinity cars here, so I think restarts can be sketchy. Cold sticker tires might be a little
that wouldn't necessarily be fair to award points for the pole sitter just because sometimes qualifying gets rained out,
Runs really well here. And Eric Almirola, in that 20 JGR car, ran second here in the fall in the Cup race. He has all that Cup experience.
Talk about Eric Almirola coming off a great run last week in Richmond where he led 95 laps in both stages. Plenty to talk about tonight. Let's go trackside and get the command.
Shut up!
Martinsville Speedway, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Are you ready to get the NASCAR Xfinity Series Dude Wipes 250 started? Here
Frank Fleming!
To fire engines from Barstool Sports, Frank the Tank, Frank Fleming!
Oh my God, it's Frank the Tank giving the command. Yeah! Frank the Tank! Woo!
I think we needed Frank the Tank last
Yeah!
in Richmond. Joey Gase turned by Dawson Cram. He throws the bumper cover. Could we have anger management issues tonight? Stick with us. The green flag is next.
Phone call from the boss? Sorry. Outdoor time. It's me time. Sticking it to the boss. That sounds fun. We have sort of a flat hierarchy, so...
Wait, Flo isn't the boss?
Well, you could say I'm a boss at helping people save when they bundle.
No thanks, we're not going to say that. Very cringy.
So you're telling me this bouncer pass gets us into the Creation Museum too? Yep, how cool is that? What are we waiting for? Let's go! Whoa, is that a mastodon? I think so. This is gonna be awesome.
Hey Lexus, show alternate routes.
Technology that's ready for the road ahead. The Lexus NX.
A national taste test determined America's favorite boneless wings. Applebee's won. How about that? We don't even have wing in our name. Get them now for just 50 cents. Only at Applebee's.
Did you see that? Hear that? Feel that? Is this how you feel?
That was badass.
Shut up the hate.
That's the highlight of my night already, and the fucking race hasn't even started.
Is this a shooting star? Rock star? Superstar? Okay. Let's all take a deep breath. Because once we feel out, there's no looking back. Ready?
Prepare to be amazed.
I love Chester.
We royalty.
Another king of the lettuce. High five.
Now it's on.
Add Max today with Verizon Fios. HBO channels and on-demand are included with Max.
It's time to see the world. I bless you all.
Not a subscriber? Add Max today.
Brown, blonde, pink and red. It's so me. That's what we said. Root touch up, you just don't skip. Colour that matches from root to tip. Just mix, wash, dry, break, kiss it, bye-bye. Claro, I'm ready to colourify. Root touch up, it's the hair colour I wanna be. Claro, it's so.
A little added incentive tonight for 4 drivers. It's the opening round of the Dash for Cash. These 4 going for the bonus payout tonight. All you have to do is finish in front of the other 3. You take home an extra $100,000. This is the 16th season for the Dash for Cash. We've given out over $5 million in those last 16 years. Eric Almirola starting 6th tonight. Let's hear what he has to say, Ryan.
Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney, Cindric, and Double A in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. I got you, Blaney.
All right. Well, you've had plenty of laps around this place. You've run really well. Ran second here in the fall in the Cup race. Ran second last week at Richmond. I know that thing's fast. You're definitely one of my guys, and I'm going to watch for tonight. What do you think this track's going to do as the night goes on?
Yeah, you had to remind me about running second here in the fall, didn't you? You passed me with 20 to go. Made my mom, my grandma, my kids, everybody cry for the drive home. So that was actually really sad. But I've always run really good here. It's been a fun racetrack. It's been a place I just love coming to. So it's a lot of fun to come here with Joe Gibbs Racing in the Xfinity Series. Got a great car. Felt like our car was really good yesterday in practice. And everybody on this He Gets This team brought me a really fast Toyota GR Supra. So I don't know what it's going to be like tonight, honestly. I have no idea. So we'll just have to wait to see. I think we got a good enough car to be in the mix. Hopefully it's as fast as the Xfinity Internet. We're all racing. Well, there's 4 of us racing for $100 grand. So hopefully we can get that and get a grandfather clock tonight.
Yes, sir. Hopefully you get that $100 grand and a grandfather clock. And my sincere apologies for making your family cry. Hopefully you make up for it tonight.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. Have fun. Enjoy the show. Should be a fun night.
I didn't know this was going to be an emotional program tonight.
You know,
drivers don't forget.
I was like, man, you ran good here in the fall. You know, compliment and.
Excuse me. Right when you hit him with the second place, I'm like, he's not going to like that.
No, but I just wanted to say, Eric Almirola is really good here. You know?
Asshole move. The veteran to the rookie, Jesse Love. First appearance in Martinsville, qualified 11th. Dial him up, Austin.
Hey, Jesse, it's Austin, Adam, and Ryan up in the FS1 booth. You got us?
Hey, guys, boys.
Well, rookie at Martinsville. Tell us about it. What are your priorities tonight? How are you going to get that thing in
This is so damn tough. It's ridiculous. I mean, I thought Richmond was going to be hard, and this place definitely takes the cake for sure. But I got a great group around this wheeling group, and really proud to be a part of it. So I think that we'll figure it out as we go. I just try to drive the heck out of it qualifying, and I thought I made a pretty good lap. So just got to get some track position here and be aggressive, and I think that by the end of it, we'll be in contention.
Awesome. Sounds great. Best of luck, Jesse. Keep it clean.
I'll try.
Mentioned Jesse Love starting 11th tonight. Here is the starting grid. Brandon Jones qualified on the pole. He's
these roads are flames,
drifting on fire. Looking for his second career win on short track.
Showed Creek starting P3, row 2 on the bottom. Jim Burton, great qualifying effort. Virginia native, looking forward to having a really good night. Justin Allgaier, we said, going to the back for adjustments. Eric Almirola starting P6.
Great qualifying effort by Anthony Alfredo here on row 4, starting P7. Also Ryan Sieg, P8. Row 5, we got Sam
Blizzard?
and Austin.
What Blizzard?
Hill. Both guys that'll be looking to have a good run.
Two youngsters in row 6. So we talked to Jesse Love alongside him.
Oh, fuck. How do I like change notes? How do I go higher?
You can watch the rest of your starting group in our pylon. Now we check in with our pit reporters, Regan Smith and Josh Shepard. Hey there, Josh.
Well, Adam, 20-year-old Carson Quaffle is the short track ace to make his debut in the 88 for Junior Motorsports. The two-time Cup late model stock sportsman is new to the series, not new to this track. He's got a couple late model
fuck. You can't. It's so hard because you can't go higher. You can't like change the pitch that low. A little harder, I guess. Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. Fuck, not. Wait. I mean, it does, but it don't hit the same. It don't hit the same.
Force damage to his number 81 race car. The team, because of proximity to Charlotte, decided to take the car back to their shop in Huntersville, North Carolina, to work on it last night. And it was a late night until about 1 o'clock. 50 members of Joe Gibbs Racing showed up to help repair that race car. It is back here. It is all good to go today, but he will have to start from the rear as he tries to get another win.
I'd say that is a championship effort, and Regan mentioned you had 50 different folks on board. Here's the timeline of what happened. As soon as practice qualifying ended, they loaded the car up, arrived back at the shop 10 p.m., completed the work on the car at 1 a.m., they wrapped it at 6, put it through the Hawkeye system, making sure everything was where it needed to be, left the shop in Huntersville at 11, arrived back here at the track, afternoon, And now they start in the rear. If you can pay this off with a win, what a statement it would be for this team. But because they didn't make a qualifying effort and they had all those changes, you have to come from the rear. Obviously, here are the other drivers coming from the back. We talked about Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, their Junior Motorsports teammate Sammy Smith also to the rear with those changes to the brake rotors on the front end, and a handful of other drivers also starting shotgun on the field. Let's listen in on Justin Allgaier's radio.
I'm ready to go.
We're making put a good show on here for the back.
He's proud of it too. They're actually super excited. They said they want to watch us come from the back, so you know, why not, right?
Showtime, right?
That's right. Justin Allgaier runs really good here. I mean, you know, starting in the back, I don't think that's, like you said, he's not too worried. I mean, they're good. They got plenty of time to get up there. They run great. They're very confident in this place. Junior Motorsports always runs really well here. So, I mean, all three of those cars.
All right, getting the one to go.
For, you know, to come from the front. Brandon Jones sat on the pole. You know, so he and Justin are going to be really fast, and they'll be up there before you know it.
See the length of this race, 250 laps. Stage breakdown, 60, 60, and 130. Most likely strategy is pit somewhere toward the end of the stage or once the caution comes out at the end of the stage. And everyone has 3 sets of tires in the pits, likely would make one pit stop in that final stage. And we talk about our Dash for Cash, those drivers going for an extra $100,000 tonight. When you look at our pylon this evening, those 4 drivers will be highlighted in purple.
Yeah, coming to the green, Sheldon Creek taking the bottom. Sheldon had a great shot to win here in the fall, you know, so he knows what it takes to get around here with the new team. So we'll see how he handles it tonight.
Custer actually the control car with Brandon Jones dropping to the rear.
And green flag is in the air. We are racing from Martinsville.
I was able to get a good launch, but not be able to get all the way down. Pitches the exit for Sheldon Creek. Should be able to take the lead here into turn 3.
Look at Jeff Burton making it happen in that outside lane, driving the 27.
Right, so these are the first laps these guys have made since yesterday. You know, I mean, they sat around all day trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to do?
So Cole Custer leads lap 1.
So you're kind of learning under fire. Everyone's trying to settle in. Jeff did a really good job of getting down into third. Did you see Eric Amarillo really working?
Wait, did I miss something? Did Brandon Jones get sent to the rear?
Anthony Alfredo, great qualifying effort in the 5 car, driving for.
Yeah, you did. I did not know that. Have I not been paying attention? Did they mention that and I just didn't pay attention?
Once we get into the concrete here, it's very bare, and you're going to see that turn blacker and blacker as runs go. But when it's that bare and that clean, all these guys are going to really struggle in that outside lane.
Yeah.
That's where you see this freight train happening. Everybody's trying to get single file on the bottom because that's where the best grip is.
And you don't want to stay in the top too long. You know, I feel like it kind of chews your tires up. So I feel like you're really seeing guys push the issue to try to get down to the bottom. Just in case this thing goes, you know, the whole first stage run, you don't want to really tear your tires up. And you see Parker really trying to get a hole and just can't find one. And that's kind of the thing about this racetrack. You can't really go anywhere sometimes, and you're just waiting to hopefully a hole opens up and you can get down and then kind of just start getting into rhythm.
Parker's all the way back in 18th, and he's the only car on the outside lane right now. Riley was able to get that small gap, and he's probably going to pass the 48, and that's going to really put Parker.
Brandon Jones is passing a lot of cars right now.
Kligerman off to a good start this year, driving the 48 for Big Machine Racing and going for the extra $100,000 tonight. It's at Ryan Ward's 48. Brennan Poole looking inside of him in a 44.
Finally, Parker's like, thank you. I finally have gotten down. You know, there's so many instances. As you see the 20 go inside of Jeb, I think Jeb's letting him go. 20 pretty fast early. Maybe Jeb's going to learn a little bit from the 20, see where the 20's a little bit better.
I think Almirola is driving angry after you made him mad in that interview a few minutes ago.
I'm never going to live that one down. I hope it wins tonight so I can go to victory lane and be like, hey, does this make up for fall?
Never apologize for winning.
Hey, if this car is anything like the one they had last week at Richmond, he's going to be a real threat because they won both stages and led 95 laps. Handel kind of went away in the final stage, but he finished second, a part of a Joe Gibbs Racing 1, 2, 3, and now we check in on those drivers coming from the back. You got Brandon Jones there in the 9. Saw Sammy.
I will be watching the Clippers-Suns game on Tuesday. You mean Wednesday?
25 or so.
They play Wednesday.
It was to be stuck on that outside lane. Brandon Jones is almost up to Parker Kligerman who got stuck on the outside. He's only 2 cars behind him as we see a lot of.
Oh, there we go. Caution's out. Dexter Bean. Probably Brandon Jones spun his ass.
Caution's a theme at Martinsville for the Xfinity Series.
Did a good job for.
I didn't take long.
He kept it off the wall. But this is the feel like this is going to be a little bit of a product of a little 3 wide, some dive bomb action. You're going to see that a lot tonight. And I think, unfortunately, Dexter was at the bad end of it.
Yeah, they play Wednesday night. Which that will be my final regular season Sun stream of the year.
To take the 6 and the 92 3 wide, and Broom runs out really quick here.
Yeah, I don't think those guys were quite ready for that. I don't think it was a bad move from Sammy's part. He started at the back, but I don't think anyone was ready for that move.
The balance of patience and aggression. Early caution here at Martinsville. Cole Custer is your race leader.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some Rinvoq patients felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days. Some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. And many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Help heal your painful skin. Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Not all Caitlin Clarks are the same. Caitlin Clark, city planner. Just like not all internet providers are the same. Don't settle. Get real deal speed, reliability, and power with Xfinity.
Shoots from here?
That's kind of my thing.
Get the real deal with Xfinity Internet today and get fast speeds and a reliable connection to all your devices in the home, even when everyone is online.
Here's one thing we can all agree on. Having more choices beats having less choices. That's why we make a range of Ford F-150 pickups for any job. Whether that job is getting heavy things where they need to go, powering things on the go, or going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Feel the thrill of NASCAR at your fingertips. Can you make the right calls and lead your team to victory? Download for free from your app store.
Fun fact. The person with McDonald's is always the most popular kid in school. And if they save money with the app, they're also the smartest. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Early caution at Martinsville. Sammy Smith started in the rear. Aggressively moving through the field, said it's time to go. Into Smithley. He takes Bean for a ride. Bean was 25th when he went around. We've done the choose. Cole Custer in charge of the field. He's got every lap so far. He goes inside. No surprise.
Alrighty, here we go.
Outside of him, Sheldon Creed. Watch Eric.
Gonna go back green.
Inside lane, row 2 for the restart.
And green flag.
Here we go. Custer in the restart zone there. I think that's going to be important all night as Creed runs him really, really tight, trying to keep that outside roll.
That's a role reversal from the start of the race when Creed was inside and Custer was outside.
I think you got to fight for all you got when you're on the outside here. If you're Creed, Jet Burton, you see that hole opening up behind you, you got to duck down and try and get on the bottom.
I did not see that.
That top would get a little bit better if it gets rubber laid down. Yeah, we talked about earlier in our pre-race show the track's super cold, right? So when it's cold out, rubber doesn't lay down as easy. So it'll be interesting to see as we get through the night. The 18's able to hang there on the top a little bit better, honestly, than I thought he would. Holding the 20 pretty tight, which is what you have to do. I think Eric's going to eventually get this pass made here, good exit. But that'll be something to watch for as guys choose on restarts. Okay, where do I want to pick? How is the top getting to where I can maybe hang out there or make moves out there?
The difficult thing about being that car on the top is you leave yourself vulnerable to the guys on your inside. You saw Eric kind of just ran him up halfway up the track. That inside guy can really abuse the outside lane car as Jem's now trying to take advantage as well. Creed's going to try and outbrake him into the corner.
You know, it's funny that Burton starts in that outside lane. You thought it might not pay off. He nearly was able to slide inside of Creed and race him for third, but they settle it in line, and look who's in the top 5 now. Sam Mayer having a good start tonight to 1 for Junior Motorsports. What's up, Josh?
And speaking of good starts to the race, how about Cole Custer led 17 laps so far? And when I caught up with Jonathan Toney before the race, he said the car is good. They just need a little bit more to make it a winning car. Well, right now they are the control car. And the biggest complaint for Cole right now, just a little loose on entry, but said that car is starting to come to him.
He's our reigning champion and doing some positive things early in 2024. No championship hangover, 4 consecutive top 10 finishes, comes in 3rd in the standings. So even though he hasn't won, you could say somewhat picking up where he left off. Cole Custer. Someday the progress of some of those drivers that are driving from the rear. Last week's winner, Chandler Smith, owned the final stage at Richmond, and he's picked up 11 spots so far, right behind Allgaier, who's also driving through the field.
Yeah, all these guys are kind of clumped together. You know, you got the 81, the 7, the 9, all right there to the 8, all in a row. And the 81 actually just made a really good move on the 7, so I think his car is really solid right now. You know, obviously you got the other JGR cars running 2nd, 3rd, so you know he's probably going to be pretty good. But you see he wraps the curve. He thought about 3 wide, probably thought better. That's a good move by him.
How hard is it to be patient in that situation? We saw what Sammy Smith did. You know you got a fast car. You think you should be at the front. How do you hang on to it so you know you're there at the end?
I think it's situational awareness. To Ryan's point, Chandler was able to make a really great move, go outside, inside, get a run on Justin Allgaier, a car that we think could challenge for the win of this race, and pass him straight up. You know, I think those are the things you key off of as a driver, that you realize your car is pretty good, so I don't want to waste it. I can take my time, work up through the field methodically, and find myself in a position to win the race if I do so.
And this is a good test to see, you know, where your car's at, right? I think the 9, the 81, the 7, they're probably 3 of the best cars, you know, this weekend. You know, the other 2 cars qualified good. The Junior Motorsports cars, the 81's obviously been fast all year. It's a good judge of, all right, where am I better than these guys? Where are they better than me? And what do I need to look at, you know, as this race goes on, as you see A.J. Allmendinger get inside of Jesse Little.
Allmendinger seems to always run good at Martinsville. A pair of runner-up finishes here on the Cup side in his career. His teammate, Shane Van Gisbergen, the Supercar champion, seeing this place for the first time. In fact, a couple of drivers here from Colleague Racing. Josh Williams on the move in the 11th.
Yeah, Larson won the pole.
His best run in 2024 was 12th last week at Richmond. Racing for 19th. Final spot in the top 10. Ryan Sieg in the 39. The 21 is Austin Hill. He's been top 10 every race this year, and things getting tight at the front. Our Ford Performance onboard camera with a nice view of the 20 of Eric Almirola right now, Regan.
Well, Adam, I spoke to Eric as he got in the car. This is the exact moment right now that he said he felt like his car would be the best. As you see him going to the inside of the battle for the lead, he said lap 30 was where he felt like he was going to have the best chance to move out front and dominate this race from that point on. So far, so good.
Yeah, Eric set up the 00 perfectly through 3 and 4 that corner before. Faded up a little bit, diamond off the corner, got a straight shot at him, and now he has the 00 where he wants him. It's only a matter of time. Cole's going to let him go right here. But yeah, I mean, that's just experience, you know, Eric. And you can honestly see, if you look at the left front brake rotors of the 20 and the 00, the 00 has way more heat in his left front and the left rear, honestly, than Eric does in the 20. And you're going to see that all night. It's perfect. You can see it perfectly at night. And that just shows how hard you're pushing the brakes, how much you're using of those brakes. And as brakes gets hotter, your tire pressures are going to grow, right? So the 00 was good early. He's using a lot of brake. Eric isn't using as much brake, so it's going to let his car be a little bit better through the long run, and that's showing up.
And I think what made Eric be able to make that pass, and Ryan and I have touched on it already enough to start this race, as you look at the racetrack, we've got a bit of a black groove going on here. And as that starts to happen, you can start to have that wide entry. You can start to do that diamond and start to try and cross over guys throughout the corner. And that's exactly what Eric did. Kind of waited for his time, got 30 laps into the run, saw that lane was available, and was able to use it.
Anthony Alfredo has been really good early. And right behind him, Parker Retzlaff. We talked about Jeb Burton, and he's off to a strong start in 4th. But across the board, Jordan Anderson Racing really good so far this evening. At 31 after qualifying on the pole last week at Richmond. Serving notice again tonight they came to play, but look out, 16 has something to say about that. Allmendinger up to 7th now.
Yeah, not too long ago, AJ was passing the 2, Jesse Love, for 10th, and they've driven away from him by about a second and a half, and you see AJ really making some good ground up. AJ is a great racer here at Martinsville. He's always run up towards the front no matter what series it is, and it's really showing right now. So his car looks really good. I'm really curious to see what he can do as this race goes on.
Teammates for 10th, the 2, the rookie Jesse Love, the veteran inside of him, Austin Hill. Hill already with 2 wins this year, and right behind him an early mover, Riley Herbst in the 98. Carson Quample looks strong out of the gates, making his debut in the 88. Can't say enough about what Junior Motorsports has done, bringing 5 cars to the track the last 2 weeks. And last week it was Bubba Pollard who made his Xfinity debut, the late model legend. He finished top 10 at Richmond. This weekend, the 88 goes to Carson Quample, and he also is doing some really good stuff for JRM.
Well, these two are racing pretty hard, and Jesse was able to hold that outside. He held his teammate pretty tight there to try and keep that spot, but as his rubber lays down, that outside's going to be able to work a little bit better.
In this part of the run, we're 35 laps in, tires are starting to wear out. You're really seeing how guys' cars, fire off good, or do they fall off, right? And you're making assessments right now.
They're going fast and left, son.
When did my car start getting good, and when did it start going kind of south? So
yeah, SVG's at P20.
Really pivotal point in this run to figure it out as the caution.
Oh, caution.
To Haley Deegan.
Second one of the night, 15 is Haley Deegan. Dawson Cram is there in the 4.
They got 25 laps to go in the stage. Probably going to go back in with like 20 to go.
It's all right, Martinsville. Should have ripped that bumper off.
Cool that left front tire.
Cool the left front tire. And we're not like it's cold enough.
Fair. Trying to find positives.
Here's what's interesting. Caution, 25 to go in the stage, and the door could be open for a little strategy, maybe somebody flipping it, as we go back and see exactly what brought out the caution
here. Yeah, hard to say whether he was getting pushed from behind, or was a pool behind Renee Deegan, but she was pitching the 44 down onto the curb there, and obviously they all got together. It seemed like just ripped the nose off. That's really all the damage there was. But
that's a tough spot, right? I mean, you see this curve, this white and red curve on the inside. That thing is like 10 inches tall. And it's pretty steep. It's not like you can just, you see us run on the apron sometimes, kind of de-wedge the car to make a turn. You can't touch that thing. It's going to ship you off of it. So in that scenario with the 15 and Poole, right, she kind of held him pretty tight. He's against the curb. He's going to bounce off the curb and kind of get into you. So as the outside car, you have to really pay attention to how much room does that guy have inside of me, because there's no room for him to go down, right? He's going to bounce off the curb and kind of, spin you out like you just saw there. So that's just one of those things where it gets really tight on the exit of these corners, and you have to be aware of where everyone's at all times. But that curve is treacherous, and you see it a lot. Guys bouncing off of it, bouncing into other cars, and it can cause problems quick, as we just saw.
The one name that we didn't mention.
So Haley Deegan's got some damage, a lot of damage.
Kyle Weatherman in the 91 on the right front, a little banged up as he tried to get through.
How many cautions do I think there'll be? I think there'll be more than 10. Or I think there will be over 9.5 cautions. So at least 10.
See them. I mean, they're just coming off turn 2 now. Those are the ones that I thought could be a candidate here. Carson Quample.
Yeah. I like that move by the 88. He was running 13. All JRM. They must have had a team radio. All the crew chiefs talking to each other.
This tells you that,
hey, we're going to try to flip this. So what do you got?
Well, guys, you see it right here, an opportunity for some of these guys to pit early and maybe change up what's going on in the race for them. 2 of the cars that are going to pit right now, the number 7 of Justin Allgaier, his car is too loose. They were trying to adjust it before the race started to get ahead of the racetrack, which they felt like was going to tighten up as it went. They went a little too far. They're going to back out of that just a little bit. And the 9 of Brandon Jones, who was scheduled to start on the pole but had to go to the rear, he needs more rotation. The car's not turning with the front as good as he wants to through the middle.
I talked to a lot of crew chiefs, and these guys that are calling the shots for those that started in the rear told me right around lap 35, if I had to make a pick for a lap number of when I want to flip it, this is it. They hit the sweet spot, they've got their service, and now they can play the game to get some track position at the end of stage 1. Second caution of the night. Brennan Poole, Dawson Cram, Kyle Weatherman, Haley Deegan all involved in Martinsville.
You know what's brilliant? Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold.
What straps mold to a rocket and hurtles it into space? Boring does.
Boring makes vacations happen. Early retirement's possible. And startups start up because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank. For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has been brilliantly boring so you can be happily fulfilled. Which is pretty unboring if you think about it.
This is David's look of joy. And this is his John Deere Z530M mower that cuts with so much precision, speed, and comfort. The only thing he could possibly ask for is another acre or two to mow. The Z530M mower is built to get the job done better, faster. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. That you love stargazing, hate parallel parking, and occasionally your right foot gets a little heavy. The Lexus ES didn't begin in the studio, it began with you.
Tonight, your body clock is 3 time zones ahead. So you're up early. Hey, at least you get first crack at fresh waffles.
Bon appetit.
Oh, I will. What? Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine.
With Armor All, a little bit of this protects you from a lot of that.
Armor All. Less work, more clean. Buy $20, get 5 back through May 31st.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce at only $3.99.
We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
9.5? That's a betting thing.
Caesars Crazy Puffs for only
When you bet on something, you say 0.5. Because 0.5 means... So if I say there'll be 9.5 cautions, that means there'll be at least 10.
Whatever this guy's doing, we believe in speed.
It's just to remove any confusion in like the when you place a bet.
Than a man with a dream. We believe in football. United Football. Houston, D.C. on Fox.
It's been chilly this weekend here in Martinsville, but I gotta tell you, the pictures have been beautiful. Lots of sunshine, and should be a fun one tomorrow for the Cup Series.
Alrighty.
Our restart here. Inside of 20 laps to go.
Green flag.
Looks like 27 car might have missed a gear there. Eric with a really great jump.
Creed's gonna benefit. Slide into the second position.
1-2. Joe Gibbs Racing now out front. Sam Mayer now fourth.
You see Allmendinger start creeping his way up. You know, he got 2 spots right there. He got past the 5 and the 27. I think he's really good. I'm curious to see, you know, once they make a pit stop, kind of reset, see where everyone's at. But AJ looking super racy here early on.
Yeah, AJ and Sam were two of kind of the biggest movers inside the top 10 that last run, and AJ was getting, surprise, all of his passes done straight line braking, just able to really overpower guys, even not even being alongside of guys. So it's definitely a strength as Jeb is still stuck here on the outside.
Everyone always talks about this place being so much about rhythm. How good does it feel when you're someone like AJ that right now has just found it and you can get by the folks where you need to?
Well, it's big. You know, I feel like you do kind of get set in your rhythm in moments, you know, of this race when you kind of start singling out, right, and really kind of have a little bit of room in front of you. Almost contact there between 27 and the 5, but yeah, huge rhythm racetrack.
AJ getting it done early, Josh.
Yeah, this is an important run for AJ. And when I caught up with his crew chief, Alex Jans, earlier, he said, we just frankly missed it last week at Richmond. It was frustrating from top to bottom on the team. But after practice, AJ was really happy with the car right now. If he has any complaints, says it's just a tick tight, but it looks like he's got something to work with, guys.
Austin Hill 21, 98 Riley Herbst. They're racing for 10th, and 98 is looked really impressive early. Started outside the top 20. Jesse Love hanging around as well. A little contact there.
It just shows you how important that inside lane is. I don't think Riley had enough of a gap, but he was kind of just hoping that the two-car might let him in there, but it's not usually a great strategy.
There's a lot of chances you take here, right? There's always going to be times where, like, know, you're a foot from being clear or not, and it's up to you. Like, do you take it? Do you not? Your spotters, you know, telling you take it or don't, or still in there, you know. So it's such a tough racetrack when it comes to that side. You have to make decisions really quickly in these braking zones, and it can make you or break it. You know, if you miss kind of getting down in that bottom lane as these guys are racing the heck out of each other, it can really help you out or hurt you if you kind of miss it, or you kind of get stuck in between like the 98 was there with the 2, and you kind of get tapped in the left rear quarter panel a little bit.
The tough part is when you run too wide that tight on another guy, you guys are going to slow down, and it's going to bring everyone back up towards you, and those gaps are going to get smaller and smaller for you to find a hole in.
Anthony Alfredo moving into 6th, passing Jeff Burton, Ryan Seed right behind him, Parker Retzlaff right behind them. All 4 of them guys have really good starts to this race.
Taylor Gray is as well, 13th right now in that 19 car. Got a handful of starts coming up driving on the Xfinity side, of course, full-time in the trucks. Debuted last week at Richmond, finished 3rd, and just got better and better as the day went on. So you got Joe Gibbs Racing running 1-2, Taylor Gray on the move up to 13th, and then there's the story of Chandler Smith, who starts in the back after winning last week, and he has worked his way inside the top 20, 18th. Really the only headliner of those that started in the rear that didn't make a pit stop and attempt to flip the stage.
Yeah, I think you take it for granted that, you know, yeah, he's a good car. We think he's going to have a chance to win this race, but it takes a long time to pass 35 cars at Martinsville, and he didn't get to practice. He has no idea what his car had coming in today, giving adjustments, giving ideas to his crew chief. As we see his 2 teammates obviously leading the race, ran really well yesterday in practice, so they have good notes to go off of, but it does take a long time to make that ground up.
And it gets harder to pass. As you get towards the front of the field, cars are faster, more competitive. It gets harder and harder, and you use your stuff up. You know, so it really takes a toll on it. He's kind of stalled out a little bit, but still looking really good. As the 18, Sheldon Creed is putting pressure on Eric. You know, Eric we thought was going to drive off before that last caution. He kind of legged it out on the 00 and the 18, but the 18 and the 00 and the 1 of Sam Mayer kind of been able to all stay within a few car lengths of each other.
I see this as a really good opportunity race for Sheldon to get his season going in the direction that he wants. He's touched it. He's had some really good runs at this racetrack. He's obviously a Truck Series champion, a talented driver, and he's obviously with a really great team. So I think being able to go toe-to-toe with Almirola right now is exactly where he would want to be for tonight.
His nickname might be Heartbreak because he's finished second so many times, 8 times in his career. As we check on those drivers trying to claim some stage points. 5 to go, stage 1. Ryan Sieg 7th, Burton is 8th, Hill is there. Retzlaff a part of that mix.
Jim's got his hands full, man. Jim is so loose right now. He was ready.
The brake
hose just fell off.
It's like one of those jack-in-the-box things.
I don't know whose car that came off of. Maybe the 21. I saw he has some nose damage. I don't know where that came from. A little contact on the restart. It might have knocked that hose loose.
But Jeb's made a residency here in this outside lane since this restart. To your point about being loose, it's not going to do good things for your tires.
3 to go on the stage. Been some really good racing all around the track so far tonight. A pair of cautions in this opening stint of the race. And now with 2 to go.
Be curious to see how aggressive Sheldon gets. You know, full-time guy, stage win right in front of you, pressured your teammate. How aggressive do you get here for a playoff point?
Well, Sheldon hasn't raced Eric Almirola very much. But what I can tell you is you don't want to play that card early.
No, you don't. But, you know, hey, wilder things have happened. You never know. You see Sheldon kind of opening up his entry, rolling to him, trying to angle off the corner. Pretty good exit by the 18. He might have a peak here.
Final lap, stage 1. Almirola in front of his teammate Sheldon Creed. And things are tight through 3 and 4. Just a warning shot delivered. It's Almirola who wins the first stage. Creed is second.
So here comes Almirola wins stage 1.
Stays in the top 5. Alfredo C getting points. Same for Austin Hill, Jeff Burton, and his teammate Parker Retzlaff. Eric Almirola just wins stages. That's his 3rd in a row. 2 last week at Richmond, and he delivers again tonight in Martinsville, Virginia.
Did Billy come out to play? Yes! Woohoo!
The all-new Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hello, Ghostbusters. It's Doug. We help people customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. We got a bit of a situation. Sure, I can hold.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
In theaters now.
New KFC saucy nuggets are dripping.
Look at this flavor.
Choose from 5 flavors. Now that's finger-licking good.
Look at this flavor.
10 pieces for only $5.99.
All over me.
It's the fastest, most unpredictable speedway on earth.
The big one is back. Get your tickets now at Tallahassee.com.
It may not sound like it, but this is actually progress at 225 miles per hour. Shell Renewable Race Fuel, reducing emissions by 60% in all NTT IndyCar Series races. We're moving forward with IndyCar because we're moving forward with everybody. Shell, powering progress.
100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com. That's me!
Chester.
Hello.
It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. Have it your way.
Next Saturday on FS1, Texas, home of the last 2 World Series champs and home to a thrilling rivalry.
Benches are clearing.
Now, a new chapter awaits as the Rangers battle the Astros. Next Saturday at 4 Eastern on FS1.
Tomorrow on Fox, it's week 2 of the United Football League as the Houston Roughnecks take on the DC Defenders. Spring just got stronger. The hard-hitting action continues tomorrow, 4 Eastern on Fox. Waving the green flag tonight, one of our announcers for the United Football League on Fox, Jake Butt.
No one cares about the fucking United Football League. Stop trying to get people to... Stop pretending people care about it.
Meeting, and we were all giving him a hard time, like, don't drop the flag. He couldn't have been more confident. I would have been a nervous wreck. He seemed to have it all in line, did a good job.
Like, man, I play football for a living. I'm not going to drop anything. Don't worry.
Tight ends have hands, so he's good. Pit road is open. Here they are, Josh.
Start with the 18 of Sheldon Creed. Said that car was much better on that last run. He said he needs just a little bit more to finish the corner better. They're going to make a wedge adjustment to help him out. And then for the 00 of Cole Custer, he said he needs more rear grip on the long run. They're going to help him with an air pressure adjustment. Regan?
Well, the 20 of your leader, Eric Almirola, right now, too loose on entry is his biggest concern, his biggest problem with his car. It's forcing him to not be able to turn the steering wheel as he gets into the corner. A little tight in the middle, but he said that's because of what's going on with the entry.
Race off pit road, enormous at Martinsville. This won't be the race for the lead, though, because we had some drivers that had already made pit stops, and the one of Sam Mayer stayed out. Almirola holds serve of those drivers that pitted. But when we reset, it's going to be a junior motorsports parade at the front. There's drivers that came down and lap 35 and Sam Mayer. So many good pictures under the lights at the paperclip. Racing's been physical, and we got more of it when we return on FS1.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, Steel, and Scott's. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your neighborhood Ace. So stop on by, or order online and we'll have it ready for pickup in 15 minutes. Or we'll deliver it the same day. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
If you think the only thing that really matters
is how fast you can go, we want you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
TaxAct doesn't sponsor any cool pro athletes. TaxAct is too focused on improving your tax filing experience. Also, none of them said yes. TaxAct, let's get them over with.
You know, those mornings when it takes just a little bit extra to get you out of bed? This might be it.
Wake up to the goodness of Jimmy Dean.
Prepare for Ken Jeong's biggest roll ever.
I need you to step back, because I can feel your breath on my nipples.
All new Animal Control, this Wednesday on Fox.
When weight kept them down, science helped them soar. When morning kisses turned sour, science made them sweet. When itching kept them up, science helped them rest easy. When the world gave them setbacks, science gave them bounce backs. And when your vet delivered life-altering news, science delivered life-changing nutrition. Hill's Prescription Diet. Science did that.
For limited time, get a large OIP cheese pizza and 10 of our famous char-grilled wings, always cooked to order, for just $23.99. That's a smoking hot deal. Call or order online at myoip.com. OIP, flame smoking good.
Took the city in the dead of night.
In charge in Martinsville. Sam Mayer, top 5 round of the opening stage, stays out. So he'll be the race leader behind those drivers that had made pit stops earlier in the race. Sandy Smith, Justin Allgaier, and others. And they need something good to happen because a lot of bad luck in the first 6 races. Allgaier's going to win it at Phoenix, right? This happens inside of 5 to go. Sam Mayer has just found every accident, it seems like. Outside the top 30 for different occasions. Last week, Brandon Jones, so good in qualifying, running in the top 5, has an engine let go. Across the board, if it can happen, it will to Junior Motorsports. The organization's still looking for their first top 5 of the year, but they own the top 2 rows for the restart. A couple of penalties here on those pit stops. 98 of Riley Herbst had a tire get away. So that's not good for them. 48 also penalized. Parker Kligerman too fast exiting.
Back green, stage 2 is underway. Oh, big stack up, big stack up, big stack up. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Wow. So the 9 missed a gear.
Wows, wows, wows. What a fucking stack up right there. Jesus Christ. Oh, they're going to stop the race here. Jesus. Oh, my God.
Corey Heim.
Hated for Corey Heim. Career best last week when the truck race.
Well, they're going to have to stop the race here. There's a lot of fucking shit on the track.
About how strong he was in that first run of the race. Parker Retzlaff.
Top 10 in the first run as well. Yeah, these are a lot of good cars.
Leland Honeyman in the 42.
As we're going to watch this, I would say the one thing that makes going up through the gears really challenging is when you're spinning the tires. Sometimes it's harder to get the car into gear while you're spinning the tires, and you see the chain reaction that happens to that. Those guys just, you can't see that far ahead. You're not really expecting something like that to happen. And
Will Jesus fucking Christ.
A lot of damage.
Big stack up right there.
Shows the outside here, and I bet you he's probably regretting it due to some of the damage he's going to get here.
I think he got away like fairly clean. He might have some rear bumper damage, but that stuff's fine. No, he looks great. But yeah, I mean, it just stacks so quickly here. You run, you know, your gearing here is so if you miss a shift, I mean, it just parks you, you know, and everyone's running so tight together, it just accordions really quickly, and then you just have pandemonium like you saw. And watch how fast this happens. It comes from, you know, Eric's hit doesn't look that much, but it gets worse every car behind him. It does, because you're...
All right, so the red flag is out here at Martinsville on lap 71, or 72, I think.
You have no time to react. There's nowhere to go.
Of 250 after that big fucking mess.
This wreck, but it's really unfortunate. And Brandon Jones...
Jesus Christ.
You know, the guy who missed the shift, he got away okay.
Austin Hill did not. Here's 21 radio.
I'm sorry. 9 missed the shift. They were at the start-finish line. It's not your fault, man. It happened so fast. I mean, how many years we got to do this to ever together and get through the gears? How hard is it?
Obvious frustration there for a driver that's been top 10 every race this year, Austin Hill. His average finish coming into tonight, 3.3.
Man, they all just stacked up right there on the restart. They just could not get it together. Fucking
Sammy Smith.
9-second green flag run.
You know, when I take the bike out like this, all my stress is just melted away.
I hear that. This bad boy can fix anything.
Yep, tough day at work. Nice cruiser sort you right out.
When I'm riding, I'm not even thinking about my painful cavity.
Oh, you shouldn't ignore that.
And every time I get stressed about having to pay my bills, I just hop on the bike, man.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta pay your bills.
You don't have to worry about anything when you're protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
Well, you definitely do. Those things aren't related, so.
Ah,
Whoa, that is a vibrating pain.
Remember space and legroom? That's more like it. The 3-row Lexus TX.
So yeah, they're gonna have to clean up all that oil that fell on the track. Who the fuck caused that shit? Someone missed a shift, and yeah, that caused that.
Get them now for just 50 cents. Only at Applebee's. You always got your mind on the green. Not you. You. Your business bank account with QuickBooks Money now earns 5% APY. That's how you business differently. Intuit QuickBooks.
What does fearless look like? Like trading pain with a champion. Find out for yourself. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
File 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at turbotax.com. That's me.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. And BK, have it your way. Are you going higher or lower? With Underdog Fantasy's pick'em game, that's the only choice you have to make. It's easy, it's fun, and it's the best way to put more sweat in watching your favorite team. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com to get started.
Tahini chamoy sauce. It's a craveable contradiction. Like sweet and spicy, hot and cold. Tahini chamoy sauce. Fruity with a kick. It's differente.
Hey Lexus, show alternate routes. Technology that's ready for the road ahead. The Lexus NX.
We started in Brooklyn in '78 and quickly learned we weren't building exhaust. We were building excitement, giving drivers that same roar of victory on their way to work that they heard at the races. Almost 5 decades later, nothing's changed.
It's so cliche to say. There's going to be beating, there's going to be banging. When you come to Martinsville, there will be mayhem. Under caution, under red flag after our 4th caution of the night. Brandon Jones missing a shift here.
That was just fucking stupid. Brandon Jones don't know how to drive.
Shift to 3rd was clean, and then it looks like Austin and I were talking. I think he went from 3rd to 2nd, you know, and just parked that thing. It's not like he got it in, caught in neutral, you know, because it would have rolled a little bit more than that. So that's just a tricky thing. You're trying to grab gear, spinning tires, and it's one of those unfortunate things.
Here's 9 radio.
What'd you have right there, bud? Thought I lost 4th gear for a minute. Felt like it went in and wouldn't go. But I don't. I've still got it. Yeah, just shake it off.
Brandon Jones fucking sucks.
I love that. Just shake it off. That's what you need, right? You need that backup plan from the pit box, from the spotter stand.
You see him playing with the shifter.
Dude, what are you doing in there? You could have been shifting earlier on the fucking restart. You don't have to be shifting right now while your car's stopped.
Right, it's kind of hard to tell when you're sitting still. Once he gets rolling, I'm sure he's going to try to play through all 4 gears. But yeah, you really see him working the shifter. Like, it looks like he's having a little bit of trouble, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, that was interesting to see. He might have some 4th gear issues.
Let's go to his teammate, because they have the most interesting strategy of all tonight. Some pitted midway through stage one. Others came at the end of the stage. Sam Mayer said, you know what? We're going to take the stage points. We're going to stay out, gain track position. Here's their radio once the caution came out into stage one, talking strategy.
Stay in. 10-4. Are you sure? That's 10-4.
It's Marty Lindley calling the shots for Sam Mayer. Regan?
Let's ask Marty about that decision right there. Marty Lindley decided to stay out during the stage break there. It sounds like your driver maybe questioned you just a little bit when you decided to do that. Is he maybe not questioning you now after all the mayhem that took place in turn one?
Yeah, that looks like, we watched the truck race last night, and the guy that won the truck race decided to stay out, and I think track position trumps tires right now, so that's the reason for the call. And yeah, it's unfortunate for all the guys that got caught up in that wreck, but that's what happens sometimes when you're mid-pack.
Gotta love it, Adam. These guys paying attention to other races out here, studying to get ready for tonight even.
It's funny Marty mentions the truck race, because he used to call shots for Kyle Busch in the Craftsman Truck Series, enjoyed success here with Rowdy, and now trying to get it done with Sam Mayer. They were tremendous last week at Richmond and scored a bunch of stage points, and then he got hit on pit road by Taylor Gray. That took him out of the equation, but they've had some speed despite their finishes and in position maybe to get something going here tonight. We came back from break and we did the whole Martinsville mayhem thing. Well, let's rewind to last Saturday when we had, I wouldn't call it a Richmond wrestling match, but they were wrestling for position on track. Joey Gase, Dawson Cram, and Joey into the wall. And he's the owner, so he understands the implications of what happens when you get knocked out of the race. And he shows his displeasure by tossing the bumper cover that cost him $5,000 midweek, courtesy of NASCAR.
Yeah, that's a first.
Ugh.
If you want it, you can have
I've
it.
seen Hans bumper cover. That's
Well, our
that's
guy
a
threw
first.
his own at his own car after Phoenix. We saw that.
That's true. So you got to get creative nowadays, And Joey was very creative.
These guys got sponsors out of this stuff.
They did.
That is true. That is true.
Let's get to know more about this duo.
Hey guys, my name's Joey Gase. Hi, I'm Dawson Cram.
Real hard hit for Joey Gase.
But when I got out, I saw the bumper was already laying there, and I was a little bit shocked and surprised. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to use this as a good tool. I really couldn't believe my eyes that it was happening. Super unfortunate moment. So I was like, man, I guess it's my turn to get something thrown at me.
I didn't really get to know them in
From
that.
a financial standpoint, helmets are expensive. And that helmet was perfectly fine. That bumper was ruined. So in Joey's defense, like, all right, do I throw a helmet? Do I throw a bumper cover? Bumper cover's already killed. I'll throw this bumper cover. It's better than spend $3-4 grand on a helmet, get it repainted, So
Total team owner move. The most economical way to vent your frustrations at a competitor.
Yeah. So that's be interesting. It was a good throw too.
It was accurate.
It's not the easiest thing to carry. That's a big, not very aerodynamically efficient piece. And bumpers that deliver. Well, Joey delivered a bumper to Dawson Cram's hood and windshield.
Let's look at the drivers that were involved in our most recent incident here tonight at Martinsville. A whole host of them, and some of those that we anticipated could win the race. There's A.J. Allmendinger. Got a report he has been released from the care center.
I think the engines have been refired.
Alfredo. Brandon Jones, of course, got it going when he missed the shift. He got a little damage. We saw Allmendinger. Haley Deegan was already banged up. Logan Bearden, who was coming off a solid effort last week in his debut. Corey Hine.
Yes, the red flag has been lifted. The yellow flag is back out after about a 10-minute red flag there.
Dexter Bean. Our fourth caution has become a red flag. Early portion of stage 2 at Martinsville for the Xfinity Series.
This is the make or break moment. Not just for the day, but for the years to come. This is where a race isn't just about the race. It's about the doors that can open. The number of fans wearing your number. This is the chance to carve your name into the history books. This is the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
We're Ram, and when trucks are what you do Truck Month better than anyone else. You do trucks that work harder and play harder. And you do trucks that win by breaking every rule of what a truck should be. So this Truck Month, what you should do is drive a Ram. Trucks are what we do.
During Ram Truck Month, get new rollback manufacturer's pricing with lower starting NSRPs plus 1,000 bonus cash on 2024 Ram heavy-duty trucks.
Still not confident about which used car to buy?
Nope.
Why not ask the most confident person you know?
My old high school coach.
This one's got talent, toughness, the will to win.
Let me coach you on this. Just say, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Look for me and stop overpaying. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
You always got your mind on the green. Not you. You. Your business bank account with QuickBooks Money now earns 5% APY. That's how you business differently. Intuit QuickBooks.
Some dude's laggy ass stream has like 108 live viewers and my shit has 3. My stream is way better, y'all. That is just undeniably true. I don't want to say this dude's name because he seems like a cool dude. But he has a laggy ass live stream. He's streaming exactly what I'm doing. He's doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing, but a worse version of it. And my stream is much better. And I got 3 fucking viewers in here, and he's got 108. Ow.
Tuesday, the epic surge comes to a shock.
Making me angry.
Oh my god, we gotta go out there. The Cleaning Lady, all new, Tuesday on Fox.
I wish I knew why Martinsville is where everybody's brains just come out of their helmets.
Common reference I like to use is, it's like we all just robbed a bank and now we're running away together.
It just sets you up perfectly for chaos. You know, it's so tight, it's so small, beating and banging. It's just a wild racetrack. Yeah, Martinsville, there's just not enough room for all of us. So everyone's fighting for the same spot on the racetrack. Well, you can get in some fights there pretty easily because of it.
The crash and fight highlight reel is high and deep for Martinsville. And here's what happened to put us under the caution of the red tonight.
Who's going to watch Matty D in that 38 car?
Just out by the wall.
I mean, Doug Campbell calling him that one. That's a near miss. Oh, looks like Austin Hill's done for the night.
Yeah, Austin Hill's done.
Top 10 streak's going to come to a close. It had been 7 in a row dating to last year. And he's the first driver ever to start a season with 6 consecutive top 10s and back-to-back campaigns. Let's hear from driver 21 down to Regan.
Well, that's right, Adam. Unfortunate ending for Austin Hill tonight out of the race early. Austin looked like a massive jam up there. How frustrating is it to have that happen?
I mean, you can almost just laugh about it, right? Had a really fast vintage Chevrolet. There was some things that I was doing on those restarts, and it seemed like cycles on the tires was good for us. I was really excited to come in and pit, work on it a little bit. We got up to 8th, and I really thought that we had a top 5 vintage Chevrolet, but man, I mean, it's just one of those deals. I haven't seen the replay, but it's almost like somebody missed a shift or something. But at the end of the day, I guess I should have seen it coming sooner and checked up earlier. I don't know what I could have done different. I'm going to go back and watch it and see if there's anything I could have done differently inside the car. But man, bummer of a day. Just I thought they were going to be as fast as the Xfinity internet, and yeah, it just wasn't meant to be for us. So that's good old Martinsville for you. Short track racing at its finest.
Thanks, Austin.
Austin Hill done for the night. Teammate Jesse Love in the top 10. One of those drivers going for the dash for cash, and all those that are up for the $100,000 bonus are highlighted in purple in the pylon. Justin Allgaier third right now.
So thank you for the pit strategy, because I feel like that area that just crashed would have been, you know, front center for us.
Yeah, we'll keep it on the positive side tonight, unlike the rest of our races this year so far.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We still got a long way to skirt up though, buddy.
Thanks.
I talked to Jim Pullman in the garage yesterday, so you stay away from me. You're bringing me bad luck. So I think I'm banned from going in the 7 pit area or visiting with them in the garage. But the strategy has worked, and it's gotten them some track position after he started at the back after they changed those brake rotors. And you see what they're talking about here. You look at all the finishes, and there was a point in every one of those races where you felt like they had a chance to go out and win. Certainly Phoenix was one you thought they had in the bag, but in position to maybe go out and get it done here tonight.
Well, I think you could hear in Justin's voice and Jen's voice is the relief that something crazy happened and we weren't a part of it. Like, that's sometimes all you just have to feel a little loose and ready to get back racing, because yeah, they've kind of had their fair share of unfortunate issues, and I think Justin must feel good about his race car for the rest of the race.
Tonight, the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Last night was the Craftsman Trucks. Congratulations, Christian Eckes tomorrow, NASCAR's top shelf. It's the Cup Series on FS1 as the circuit is here in Martinsville for some door-to-door action at the Paperclip. Pre-race gets going at 2 Eastern Time. Green flag waves at 3.
Green flag does not wave at 3. It'll wave at like 3:15. Don't let them lie to you. They just want extra minutes of viewership. Green flag tomorrow is...
How about back-to-back Blaney? That sounds good, huh?
Yeah, we're going to try. It was obviously a really cool run here to win this thing in November and lock ourselves into Phoenix. Which
Green flag's at 3:11.
I've always wanted
I don't think they'll be streaming Suns tomorrow night, but also it is 400 laps in Martinsville. That might go by pretty fast. If that race somehow ends at like 5:50 or before that, I will stream Suns, but I don't think it will.
And while we were fired up to get to Phoenix, and it's definitely
it would have to be a pretty
cool weekend all around.
Boring race for that to happen.
What'd you do with the clock?
It's in my house. I got one for all my guys. So I ordered like 30 clocks. There's a lot of people that wanted a clock, but that's such a special trophy, and you can get it for everybody, right? So I got myself one in the house, and I got my dad one too to put in the house. So it's a good showpiece.
Now we get to the juice as we're anticipating the restart. Sammy Smith goes low. Sam Mayer up high. Look at all the drivers that take that low lane.
Tell you what, Sheldon Creed just got a Merry Christmas right there. Holy cow.
Yeah, so he's starting behind Sam Mayer with those old tires, like we know. I'm kind of surprised that the 9 possibly didn't choose it, but I think that just shows everyone's mentality. It's right. The spotters all told him, hey, the 1 stayed out there under the stage, and he's got old stuff. So you kind of, as a driver, you're making that decision of where do I want to choose. So we'll see if the 1 can kind of hang and if it works out for the 18 or not.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, because even on that last restart, you saw, Sam Mayer lost the lead because his launch was so bad with those older tires compared to Sammy Smith. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they get through the first couple corners, and even if you're Creed, maybe you move them into the 3rd lane and just keep going on your new stuff. Carson Quapple about
alrighty, finally going back green.
The top 10. Sammy and Sam, Smith and Mayer front row with green again at Martinsville.
Pretty good restart by the Mullen, honestly, on those old stuff.
As good as you could ask for.
Yeah, and he's going to clear down in the 2nd here.
Sammy Smith's going to pull away with the lead right here on the restart. Sam Mayer's trying to take the... Oh, no, he's not going to do it. Would love to see Sheldon be able to get, because it feels like he's just been running like 3rd all day.
Creed able to get down.
If he could be able to get, into the lead, that'd be nice.
Pull that off, and he's got new tires compared to all these guys. And he separated himself from Eric Almirola, who's racing for...
Jesus Christ.
I think Creed's in the best position possible as we sit right now.
He was 6th prior to the choose, takes advantage of it, and now he finds himself 3rd, Sheldon Creed.
Took us like 28 minutes to run 10 seconds of green flag racing.
Veterans side by side, 2 of our pre-race favorites, Allgaier Custer. Both were the championship 4 season ago.
Custer's in a tough spot, right? I mean, he's working hard. He's not going to get by the 78. I saw he got loose now. The 88's inside of him. The 20's probably going to follow suit. So Cole's really desperately trying to get down into a hole right now so he can just get back in a rhythm and get going. He might be able to get down. All right, he's going to get down in front of the 20 here. So limited damage there. As Eric Almirola says, thank you. I will take the top. And he's going to give it a shot.
Brandon Jones right behind him as he swings high. Jones look low. Things settle out into the corner. Almost halfway home, stage 2 at Martinsville, and we ride on board with Almirola, who won the first stage tonight. Chandler Smith last week's
Caution.
winner, Almirola's teammate, started in the back, has worked his way inside the top 15.
Parker Kligerman.
As we get our fifth caution of the evening, this one for the 48 of Parker Kligerman.
One of our dash for cashers.
That's right, going for the 100,000, and they got off to a tough start tonight, got banged up a little bit, and here they are again.
And you know, he had a penalty on pit road, which kind of set him back in there and led to him. I see tire marks on the left side door. Oh, he probably had a flat before then. Probably got run into.
Of two cars running side by side, maybe somebody's splitter or side skirt kind of running into that left front tire, and eventually lets go.
Yeah.
So obviously we haven't seen that, but there's a good chance that happens at this track all the time. And there's no interliners at these short tracks like Martinsville inside these tires. So when it goes
Can't
down,
believe they still do the dash for cash.
Team owner Scott Borchetta is here taking in the race tonight, so I know he's disappointed, but great that he's out and watching the team compete. And next weekend, we go to Texas Motor Speedway, where this organization got their first and only win. Tyler Reddick delivered a couple of years ago, driving a 48.
So Kligerman, he goes a lap down. He's gonna. There's only two cars, one lap down. It's just him and Haley Deegan. So his hope, obviously, is to get by the 15 before, you know, another lead lap car goes a lap down and try to get back in this race for the last stage and try to have another shot at that. Well, okay, so Deegan's going to get the lucky dog. So he's going to be the only car one lap down right now. So we'll see if Parker can get back in it to look like 100 grand.
And we know another caution's coming in 30 laps. That's good for him. Maybe he can get back in the game. Sammy Smith, your leader at Martinsville.
Smile, you found it. The feeling of finding psoriasis can't filter out the real you. So go ahead, live unfiltered with the one and only Sotyktu, a once daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis and the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding you're so ready for your close-up, or finding you don't have to hide your skin, just your background. Once daily Sotyktu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. There's only one Sotyktu, so ask for it by name. So clearly you. Sotyktu.
Wait. I have you surrounded. Just gonna stand there? Or are you gonna take your load back?
We're gonna take it back.
Gonna take it back. With Scott's Turf Builder, triple action. It gets 3 jobs done at once. Kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and keeps your lawn growing strong. Glorious!
No.
Get a bag of Scott's triple action today. It's guaranteed.
Feed it, lawn. Feed it.
Electric for short trips, gas for long.
Quite the paradox.
It really is both. The Lexus RX plug-in hybrid.
Tonight, your body clock is 3 time zones ahead. So you're up early. Hey, at least you get first crack at fresh waffles.
Bon appetit.
Oh, I will. What?
Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, shine.
However you may choose to travel, we'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise for lives in drive.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota.
So the green flag was taken over an hour ago. We've only had 18, almost 19 minutes of green flag racing.
Select compact tractors.
Yeah.
Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Halfway through stage 2 here at Martinsville for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Thanks for spending part of your Saturday night with us. Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, I'm Adam Alexander.
Going back green. Stage 2.
Sammy Smith, Sam Mayer again.
Another good start by the 1. Stayed pretty even with the 8. And I feel like he might be able to slot down in the second right here. Yep. So he's done a really good job. The 1 is Sam Mayer here the last couple restarts of launching with the 8 well and being able. Oh, he got
the curve. Opens the door for Allgaier.
were just about to compliment their strategy decision.
Oh, I think he might have a problem.
And then, you know how it is. Those tires are great when you're up front. Those old tires, you get shoved out of the groove in traffic, and it changes the game big time.
He's stuck on the unpreferred lane here now, too. I wonder, I mean, it looks like he definitely got onto the curb, but taking him a while to get gathered back up, and, yeah, lost all of his track position back, just on the fringe of the top 10.
Justin Allgaier working hard to get down in front of the 18. Doesn't take it. He was clear. He didn't take it. He's confident he can maybe roll that top again. Well, the 18 with a good corner, able to stay in his left rear.
You look at the racetrack right now. It's pretty cleaned up from a rubber standpoint in the first two grooves. So you're going to really struggle on that outside here for a little while, I think.
Almirola back up to 5th as they continue side by side for 2nd. Creed and Allgaier. That's Carson Waffle. Yeah, he's doing a great job tonight.
Just casually running P4 in his first Xfinity race. That's an attaboy, I think.
When Dale Jr. comes and drives that car, there's going to be some pressure. Bubba Pollard top 10 last week. The Waffle top 5 tonight as Allgaier and Creed try to settle things.
That little bump from Waffle actually helped the 7 out. It broke the 18's momentum to where the 7 get down. Carson doing a good job tonight of really taking his time, right? Didn't start, ideal. But was able to have a little bit of strategy, hugging the curve really well.
He's got some good drive, too.
He has really good drive, and that's a big thing to have here, especially when the track starts to get a little bit more rubber. So they do a great job on that 88 car. You obviously saw Bubba Pollard run really well last week. So Carson's picking it up right where that team left off.
18 trapped outside, his teammates sliding inside of him. That's happening behind Quapple. Let's learn a little bit more about him. 20 years old, Mooresville, North Carolina. The big headline for me is his dad, Travis, who won the truck championship back in 2003. I saw Travis today here supporting Carson, but if you see Carson walking through the garage like I did yesterday, you're like, it's a double take. It's a flashback. You think it is his old man, but he's rolled his sleeves up going to work, and you saw his stat line doing some good stuff in the Cars Tour, late models, and he's raced here at Martinsville, so he feels comfortable even though he's never raced in the Xfinity Series. Contact Custer and Creed.
I'll tell you what, once Creed got moved out of the way by the 88, he has not been able to get down again until now. But that's just how much you can't stop the bleeding sometimes when you got cars lined up on the inside. We were a caution away from talking about how Sheldon Creed was in the best spot possible with his tires, and now he's back, fighting outside the top 5 with a tire advantage on some of the cars in front of him.
Yeah, in the second lane of the racetrack on that top, it's at its worst, on the restarts because hot tires pick up all that rubber that we talk about, and to where the bottom is the preferred lane, it only becomes maybe slick when it gets rubber laid down on it. So the top really struggles on restarts, especially on fairly new tires. Maybe if you get 50, 60 laps on your tires and you have a restart, it can kind of hang because the drive on the bottom car is struggling. But yeah, that's just a tough spot to be in. And then you saw Creed lose a little bit of track position, so we'll see how good his car is if he can make it back.
When you have an opportunity in this series, you have to take advantage. Jeff Burton quick yesterday in qualifying and paying it off, 8th right now. His father Ward,
Jeff having a good run.
His uncle Jeff won here. His cousin Harrison, he'd love to join the parade tonight. And here's Josh Williams, top 12 last week at Richmond, best run of the year, trying to best it this evening. He's into the top 10, driving the 11 for Colin.
I think we're only going to see Josh keep getting better with this opportunity. I think there's a lot of high expectations for him with being in one of the bigger teams in the series. Obviously, his experience in the series, he should be able to plug and play and compete at the top level. I think that's the expectation, but I think Josh is just going to keep getting better, being able to use the resources that he has over there at Colleague.
Let's go from Chandler Smith as a man on the move, working over Sam Mayer, who had that issue moments ago. Smith now 11th, knocking on the door of stage points in stage 2 after starting at the back. And he did not play the strategy that those other drivers did that are now up front, who are coming from the rear. From Chandler to Sammy, let's get an update on our race leader, Josh.
And for Sammy Smith in that 8 car, this is one of his best tracks. The only track he has 2 top 5 finishes at. Won the pole here last year, and the team knew, even though they had to start at the back, they had a really good long-run car, and you're seeing that right now. Sammy's only could play that car a little bit free, but otherwise, he feels really good about it. Remember, he ran the truck race here last night with a top 10 finish as well.
Yeah, he's already kind of found that Martinsville rhythm because of all those laps last night, and you touched on his success here last year. Josh, he's leading a ton of laps at this place. 147 after he won the pole here a season ago, and he's approaching 200 in his career. That's better than any other track, but he's got company. Here comes the veteran, Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, you see Justin putting all sorts of pressure on. Kind of just got to him, and you see Justin able to kind of wrap the curve longer than the 8 car. You see how much lower he comes off than the 8. That's going to pay dividends as this run goes on. Justin's going to take a little peek. All right, think better. Hey, I'm here. Justin opens his entry up, trying to get a little bit better run off that corner. It's pretty good. Justin definitely has a superior car right now, and he's being very disciplined. Discipline to the curb is a big thing here, and it just helps you out so much better in the long run when you can come off low and straight like that. It just saves your tires, and that shows up. So we're going to have a good race here to the end of the stage, and Carson Quappo's closing in too. These guys haven't driven away from him.
We're starting to get to that point in the run where this track's starting to change color, and you see that with Justin moving up his lane, being able to find some grip. And Sammy's also going to start running into lap traffic as well. So I think as you go through this transition, I think Justin's experience is obviously paying off with some of the options he has. You know, Eric Carolla as well coming into the picture. But this transition has seemed to hurt Sammy because he had about a second lead for quite a while. And obviously Justin's all over him right now.
This is when it kind of gets fun, right? Like Justin rolls the center better. He kind of gets to his bumper right when they're about to get to the throttle. And Justin has to wait a second because the 8's right there. He can't just run through the 8. And so then it kind of extends back. So, he's got a really good run here. He's probably going to get to the inside of him. But, yeah, it's a weird slinky effect here at some points. But Justin did a good job being really patient, coming off low, and using the strength of his car.
Coming to 9 to go, stage 2, and the race for the lead is on. Sammy Smith outside in the 8. Inside is Justin Allgaier, the veteran, driving the 7. And trying to muscle his way to the point, and he does.
I think Sammy recognized how much better Justin was, and he wasn't going to be able to hold that off for the next 9 or so laps. So I think he wants to just stop the bleeding, get back down on the bottom, and try to hold on to as many stage points here as possible.
Justin becomes our 5th leader of the night. Sammy Smith has led the most laps, 42. And on board here with Eric Almirola. He led 38, won stage 1, and he drives around Carson Quappo for 3rd.
He did everything that Ryan just described as far as wrapping that curve and being so disciplined to that low exit. Just paid off massively for Eric. See if he can do it again.
You have to admire the patience of Almirola, who won the opening stage and looked really, really good. Got trapped on that restart, but was able to hang around, and over the course of the long haul, put himself in position to win again. As Chandler Smith continues the climb. This for 2nd, Almirola working over Sammy Smith.
So Allgaier has the lead with 6 to go in the stage here.
That's kind of where the 8 post is on the left front. Jesus. But obviously not hurting him very bad. Car looks really good. Hey, my 2 picks are running 1-2 right now. It's crazy how that works out.
How did I know you would remind us of that? I said give me a driver to watch. Now he's claiming they're his picks.
Just like how he reminded Eric that he beat him in this.
Like there's some kind of payout at the end of the night.
Real humble guy, you know.
I'm just pointing out the guys I said to watch for
are
running well as SVG.
You're right.
Gets by Jesse Love. SVG.
Way to change the subject.
Gosh, look at SVG out there running really good.
Look at all these young drivers. 2 rookies here going for Rookie of the Year. Van Gisbergen, Jesse Love. Really Taylor Gray's in that same category in the 19. This is only his 2nd start. Van Gisbergen's been top 15 in 4 of the 6 races this year. And one of those that he wasn't was Coda when he was penalized after finishing 2nd. So you talk about getting acclimated and showing off your talent. He really has done that in the 97, and here he is top 15 again as we get 3 to go in the stage.
I mean, Shane's an awesome race car driver, right? No one ever doubted that he wasn't. It's just a huge learning curve, right? You're going all these places for the first time. You're seeing him. You don't have a ton of practice, and he's gone to all these tracks and has accepted the challenge and run really well and just soaked up all this knowledge. So it's cool to see him running well, and especially in a tough place like this.
All right, going to the final lap of the stage here.
Joey Gase in the 53. drivers a lap down. Allgaier sees him as he crosses the start-finish line. 1 to go. Stage 2. Custer and Creed racing for position. Here's a stat you're not going to believe. It's race 7. It's stage 2. And Junior Motorsports is going to get their first stage victory of the campaign.
All right, so Justin Allgaier wins stage 2 here at Martinsville.
Does it in front of Eric Almirola. Sammy Smith was 3rd. Carson Quapple was 4th. 3 of the top 4.
Alrighty, so I will be back in just a very short few minutes. I'm going to go smoke.
Back to 8 for Chandler Smith.
And I will
Burton and Steve also getting points. Jeff Burton, stage points in both stages tonight. But the man right now, Justin Allgaier, he leads at Martinsville.
It's not just about how you get there, but what you make happen along the way. Introducing the 2024 F-150. A tradition of excellence, where strength and adaptability meet. Your journey, your legacy to define. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Tonight, your body clock is 3 time zones ahead. So you're up early. Hey, at least you get first crack at fresh waffles.
Bon appetit.
Oh, I will. What?
Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, shine.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance and I saved hundreds.
That's great.
I know, I've been telling everyone.
Liberty. Liberty.
How many people did you tell? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
With Armor All, a little bit of this protects you from a lot of that. Armor All, less work, more clean. Buy $20, get 5 back through May 31st.
It's Masked Mania with Transformers. We are ready. The robots in disguise meet a wild card surprise.
I think this is Terry Crews.
Michael Earl.
Deion Sanders.
The Masked Singer Transformers event, Wednesday on Fox.
Did you know TurboTax now provides you with a tax expert who will do your taxes from start to finish? Try TurboTax Live Full Service. A tax expert will do your taxes and find every dollar guaranteed. Try TurboTax Live Full Service.
This is the story of the one who believes being prepared is not just a way of life, it's how he helps everyone stay safe. He sweats the small stuff before it becomes big stuff. For the one, being an unsung hero in a building full of everyday heroes is just how he likes it. The industrial grade products you need delivered fast. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's a short track Saturday night. We're getting our money's worth so far. Here are the stage points. Eric Almirola good, winning the opening stage, collecting 19 stage points. Solid effort for Cole Custer, Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier. No points in stage 1, but he wins stage 2, and his teammates right there behind him. So Joey Gates able to stay on the lead lap there at the end of stage 2. That's enormous because Parker Kligerman gets the free pass. He too will be back on the lead lap. Pit stops ending stage 2. Here they are, Josh.
And for the 8 of Sammy Smith, said he fired off good, but towards the end of the run, he just couldn't finish the quarter, shattering those tires too much. So they're going to try and free him up to help him out. For Carson Quapple, he said that car is almost perfect, just a little snug towards the end. So they're going to make a track bar adjustment. Regan?
Eric Almirola had been a little bit loose into the corners, but felt like the damage from earlier actually helped that out just a little bit. See a little bit slow on the right side right there. He needs a little bit more turn center is the biggest problem right now for him. And your leader, Justin Allgaier, getting his first stage win. He's a little bit tight in traffic, a little free out front. They're going to tighten him up some.
Drivers will always tell you the easiest place to pass at Martinsville is pit road. And what a race Coming out of the pits, Almirola, Sammy Smith. The tracker says Almirola +1, Sammy Smith +1. Creed with a great pit stop. His crew gets it done. He's +3. Allgaier losing 5 positions in that exchange.
Another one that lost a ton of spots was Carson Crawford.
We'll reset and get the restart when we come back to Martinsville for the final stage.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back. Now with Sky Rizzy, I'm all in with clearer skin. It's getting clearer. I feel free to burn my skin, yeah, that's on me. Nothing is everything. With Sky Rizzy, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months, and most people were clearer even at 5 years. Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Mother's
doggy was
CMX
barking.
ceramic spray coating. A revolutionary silicon and titanium dioxide blend that goes on lightning fast, wet or dry. For game-changing, super hydrophobic,
Chester, stop.
ultra-durable protection. Coating and caring for your vehicle has never been easier or more affordable. Mother's CMX ceramic spray coating. Give it that mother's love.
We're Ram, and when trucks are what you do Truck Month better than anyone else. You do trucks that work harder and play harder. And you do trucks that win by breaking every rule of what a truck should be. So this Truck Month, what you should do is drive a Ram. Trucks are what we do.
During Ram Truck Month, get new rollback manufacturer's pricing with lower starting MSRPs plus 1,000 bonus cash on 2024 Ram heavy-duty trucks.
File 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at turbotax.com. That's me!
Men tell us when they use Just for Men to eliminate gray, there's a great before and after. Then there's the after. That boost you get when you look and feel your best. And that's why more men choose Just for Men.
Mention going to break. The problem's on pit road for Justin Allgaier. What do you guys see here? Oh, there it is. Jackman with a slight hesitation coming around the front. Also a penalty for Taylor Gray, 19 team over the wall too soon. So he will have to come from the back. We talk about
now we go back green.
If you throw out the stage break cautions, last 5 races, average caution count lap stage 1, stage 2, 1.6. We had 4 tonight, but look at that in the final stage here. We've averaged 8.4 cautions in the final stage in the last 5 races. What are we in store for tonight?
I hope we're getting them out of the way.
So we have 120 to go.
I found some trends there in that last run. Jerem cars look like they're pretty good for the short runs. These Gibbs cars really made us speed on the long runs. Hopefully we get a long run here, rubbing the track and see how it plays out.
Your pay was bad, yeah, that's what I've heard.
He's in control.
Caused a whole fucking argument between Denny Hamlin and Marcus Smith on Twitter. Gotta love Twitter beef.
At the racetrack, and they just kept running him down. There with a really good launch, though. Looks like Sheldon Creed's gonna have the preferred lane, possibly be clear off the 4. A little bit cleaner restart for the 18, as before. So now he can kind of settle in early and see what he has for this 20.
Look, he's joined the party. Chandler Smith from the. It's taken a while, but he's been pretty methodical, and he's boom inside the top 3. Has a chance to go fight for this win.
He didn't play any games either. They just earned it every step of the way. Played the same strategy as those other guys. Look at this at the front. Joe Gibbs Racing 1, 2, 3, just like they finished at Richmond. Swept the top 3 spots, 7th time in organization history that they've done that in the race, and another solid effort here at Martinsville.
I think Creed is better on the short run. You talked about the JRM cars. There's a little bit of the bumper to the 20. Eric holds him off pretty good. I think Eric's car takes like 10 laps to kind of get going, 15, and then he starts stretching it out. So this is like a big battle of attrition for Eric. Like, I got to hold this lead. I just got to deal with this for 10 laps, and then I can maybe get a little bit of a buffer, which he has now. And Brandon Jones making a move on his teammate in the 8. Brandon's come from the back tonight, having a pretty good run, trying to fight for a top 5 spot.
And Sammy still hasn't been able to get down since that restart. He restarted on the front row, and he's fallen all the way to 6th, maybe even losing 7th here. And that's what really makes it difficult. And you saw that aggression from Sammy in the restart zone. It really made it difficult, but you kind of have to sometimes to get your track position established. As we see Jeb chucking the foreigner into the marbles.
Is that how you're going to describe it?
That's how I describe it. I don't know. I mean, he's a rookie. I don't know.
Hey, we haven't said Myatt Snyder's name, and he's in the top 20, making his first start of the year in the 07, driving for SS Greenlight Racing and Bobby Dotter, and Lane Perkins in the 29, starting to make some things happen. Driver from California. Let's get the 97 radio now after that move that Jeb Burton put on.
Absolutely, man. It's awesome watching you learn like this. It's awesome.
I think you might have...
Poor Shane's just getting used up right now. I mean, he got used up by the 29, by Jeb, and he could not get down, could not get into the bottom lane to kind of just get a rhythm going. So it's part of Martinsville, you know. It's just hard to kind of establish yourself, and you're at the mercy of the guy behind you sometimes.
Got contact going on all over the track. Teammates for second.
When TA Team comes back, hopefully there is wide open coverage for Daytona. That'd be nice. That'd be awesome. I doubt it would happen. Probably not going to happen. But that would be nice.
Junior Motorsports, he's up to 4th now in the 00.
Don't get your fucking hopes up. That's what I'm
He's been
saying.
really solid the entire time, and that's kind of his
But
MO, really. I feel like.
I agree. It'd be
We talk
cool.
about how
Just don't get your
Taylor
hopes up.
Smith and Austin Hill have dominated the first half of the season, but Custer has been a factor in every single race, and obviously the champion. And I think that's really going to pay off for this team throughout the year, as we see Chandler really being aggressive to try and get by Sheldon Creed. Thinks he has a better car, and might actually lose him a spot here.
Yeah, Chandler's in a tough spot. Like, hey, I'm faster than you. You know, he's faster than Sheldon Creed. I got to use you up a little bit, and now I have to fend off the 00 because I'm in this sandwich. So he has his work cut out for him here, and he might lose 3rd here to the 00. He'll get back down and go back to work. But yeah, 81 definitely very fast right now.
Let's do our Toyota.
Remember the old Coke Zero commercials? They were funny.
Their muscles tonight at Martinsville.
I just remember the Coca-Cola commercials, like the Tony Stewart singing in his car, and then like the whole world starts singing.
The Xfinity Series made their return
That one was
in
funny.
2020, winning those 4 races with 4 different drivers.
I remember the one where they're just drinking the Coca-Cola, and the fans like trying to sign an autograph or something, and they're like, Austin. And he's like, oh shit.
Fade up the track, turn back down. Before, when the 00's on his bumper, he can't fade up the track because the 00 will just shove it in there, underneath of you and use you up. So that allows the 80.
I remember the one where
angle down the track.
I think it was Casey Kane has to like get out and use the bathroom during a pit stop, but he like does it super fast. Then he's like back by the end of the pit stop, and he like does all these things on his way to the bathroom and back from the bathroom.
Remaining in our second short track race of the year. Right now, it's all about Joe Gibbs Racing. They've got the top 3: Almirola, Creed, and Chandler Smith.
Did you see that? Hear that? Feel that? Is this how you prove you earn the crown? How you shut up the haters? And the heat? Who's gonna make the move? Is this a shooting star? Rock star? Superstar? Okay. Let's all take a deep breath. Because once we peel out, there's no looking back. Ready?
Here's one thing we can all agree on. Having more choices beats having less choices. That's why we make a range of Ford F-150 pickups for any job. Whether that job is getting heavy things where they need to go, or powering things on the go.
or going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. If this smart can only be called F-150.
It was fitting that the Quaker State 400 at Kentucky was presented by KFC, and Doug.
Hello, Ghostbusters. It's Doug of Doug and Limu. We help people customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Anyway, we got a bit of a situation here.
Trevor's story is placed on the 10-day IL with dislocated
Only
shoulder.
pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty. Ghostbusters, frozen empire, in theaters now.
Looking for a smarter way to mop? Try the Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with a 360-degree swivel head that goes places a regular mop just can't. Mop smarter with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Poised for impact as the baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. Listen to this place. All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Next Saturday on FS1 is the next chapter in a ruined rivalry.
Rangers are cleared in the American League Championship Series.
The Rangers battle the Astros. Next Saturday at 4 Eastern on FS1.
This is going to be a good one.
The fans at Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time, and you are
WrestleMania weekend.
NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
We've had 6 cautions tonight, but when we've been under the green flag, the racing has been just incredible all around the racetrack. Saw it there with Jesse Love and Jeb Burton going at it. We update the progress of our Dash for Cash drivers. They're 1-2 right now. Almirola, Chandler, Smith in the first and second position. They were 1-2 in the race last week. Jesse Love, just saw him as 14th, and after getting back on the lead lap, Parker Kligerman making some progress. He's 19th. Winner gets $100,000 tonight, and you don't have to win the race. You just have to beat the other 3. Let's talk about the man in second, Regan Smith.
Why do we see this great run right now? Chandler Smith having after he had to go and start the race in the back. Had that contact yesterday. We documented. They took the car back to Charlotte. It was a good thing that they did. They actually found a little bit of front suspension damage that at the shop they were able to find. Weren't sure that they would have found it here at the racetrack, so it's been a good fortune that they did that. As for the car right now, just a little bit lacking of lateral drive off the corners, but he's been pretty happy all night.
I want to update that story as we see teammates racing here for 5th, Allgaier and Brandon Jones. Because we did it off the top, but just to give you an idea of what Regan's talking about, Chandler Smith wrecked yesterday in practice. Their race shop's 2 hours from here in Martinsville. So they said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to load it up, take it back to the shop. They did. Worked on it all night long till 1 o'clock in the morning. Wrapped it at 6 o'clock this morning. And then at 11 o'clock departed and came back here to Martinsville. He starts in the back, had no laps yesterday, and here he is from the back to second. And let me tell you what's impressive about the second-year driver, first year at Joe Gibbs Racing. He comes into tonight with 2 wins, an average finish of 3.3 through 6 races. That's the second best all time. The only guy better coming into tonight than Austin Hill and Chandler Smith through 6 races, Kyle Busch, who was 2.2 10 years ago. So that's some elite company right there.
You know, Chandler does a really good job, you know, from last year over at Colin, you know, making the move with JGR. He's done a really good job of learning quickly, you know, and props to the guys at JGR at the race shops that spend all night working on that thing. You know, I mean, they travel. I'm sure they use a kind of a mixture of road guys and shop guys, and those guys busted their tails to get that thing back out there. So big props to those guys too for sticking with it all night. As Parker Kligerman, coming from just got the lucky dog, starting to make a little bit of moves back towards the field. He wants to see a caution so he can kind of reset and make a run at that Dash for Cash.
I think another one of those biggest movers that stands out, Carson Quaffle. You know, they fell outside the top 10 after running 3rd in that stage, and he's up into 7th now again. You know, trying to pass his much more experienced teammate Brandon Jones. You know, he's working his way back through the field and clearly has a lot of pace in that 88 car.
Joey Gates just in front of him in a 53 has gone a lap down. He's the first car 1 lap down, so he would love to see a caution, get back on the lead lap.
I think Carson has a really good long run car. You know, I mean, they've had a couple rough pit stops. It's kind of set him back a little bit from where he was running, but he's done a really good job. real good job of just being patient. You know, hey, my car's good. I'm going to pick my way through here. Hopefully we get a long run. He's just going to methodically continue to work his way forward. His lap times have been rivaling the leaders, you know, of Almirola and Smith in the 18. So I'd be curious to see where this 88 car can go.
Yeah, he was actually faster than all of them on that last lap, even after just completing that pass. So, and it's the kind of racing he comes from, right? You got to take care of your stuff, be able to make it last, and running P6 now. It's pretty impressive in your debut.
Quapple is a short track guy. For Eric Almirola, when it comes to the top levels of NASCAR, he's 0 for 120, and that's Cup, Xfinity, and Truck. But tonight, doing all the things he needs to do to check the box. With 2 kids at home, at college, not too far down the road, an extra $100,000 could come in handy.
Yeah, I mean, Eric is, obviously just an incredibly smart racer, right? He's been in the sport for many, many years, understands what is needed of his car at certain times, and understands what he needs to ask of it. So you can see he's being super patient here through lap traffic, saving his tires because, hey, this thing might run 85 laps to the end. So you have to always have that in the back of your mind. I can't just go run my stuff off of it here in the first 20 laps of this thing, 30 laps. I have to really be thinking of the long haul and seeing where this thing goes. So he knows all that, and he's been doing a good job of pacing the field.
It's been a great year for the 20 team, led by Tyler Allen. Won in Las Vegas with John Hunter Nemechek, good last week, and Ryan Truex making his return in the next 3 races. Good stuff.
Toyota Racing is looking for iron stomachs that can stand the pressure. This season, we want you. Join us at Toyota Racing. Toyota Racing is looking for quick draw thumbs that leave their own smoke trail. This season, we want you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Cracker Barrel was founded on the simple belief that freshly made food should be served up at a fair price. Today, that's more important than ever. So we've got over 20 meals under $12, including all the generously portioned classics that made us famous, and the signature sides you've always loved. All served up with an extra helping of care. Eat, shop, earn Cracker Barrel rewards.
It's Kubota Orange Days.
Oh,
Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months.
Caution with 81 to go.
$3,300 off select compact tractors. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Next Saturday on FS1, it's the next chapter in a proven rivalry.
Matches occurring in the American League Championship Series.
The Rangers battle the Astros. Next Saturday at 4 Eastern on FS1.
Did you see that? Hear that? Feel that? Is this how you prove you earn the crown? How you shut up the haters? Handle the heat? Who's gonna make the move? Is this a shooting star? Rock star? Superstar? Okay. Let's all take a deep breath. Because once we peel out, there's no looking back. Ready? We believe in the 2-minute drill, goal line stands, toe taps, strip sacks. We believe in beer snakes, and giddy up, and whatever this guy's doing. We believe in speed and power, hustle and grit, and that nothing is more dangerous than a man with a dream. We believe in football, United Football, Houston, D.C., on Fox.
Debris puts us under caution for the 7th time tonight. Everybody's got a set of tires. The question becomes, do you pit or do you stay out, try to maintain some track position? I would anticipate most will come down, get that last set of stickers, but we'll see if there's any games being played here.
I think you're going to see most guys come. Yeah. You know, I mean, I know there's still coming to 78 to go, but everyone's got 50 laps on their tires, so I feel like you won't see many stay.
And it's had a green flag field tonight, and everybody making pit stops, Josh.
And let's start with the 18 of Sheldon Creed. He said it's the same issue he's been battling all night, just a little snug and trouble finishing the corner. They're going to try and make a small adjustment and see if they can help him out with that. As far as the 0-0 of Cole Custer, once again, just losing grip on the long run. He says he
Yeah, we are close to 9 cautions. I predicted over 9.5 cautions, so.
Helps him out.
81 of Chandler Smith is good. He doesn't want any changes, likes his car. And the
Still need
20-year
two
leader,
more.
Eric Almirola, fires off a little bit too loose for 7 to 10 laps, but then it comes in, told the team he thought they had to take tires right here.
They do, and Eric Almirola able to win the race off pit road. Creed +1, good stop for Custer's team at +2. Chandler Smith going in the wrong direction, and Allgaier lost a spot again. How about Parker Kligerman saying, I'll roll the dice, going for $100,000, 48, stays on track. Restart when we return, inside of 80 to go at Martinsville.
You know what's brilliant? Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold.
What straps mold to a rocket and hurtles it into space? Boring does. Boring makes vacations happen.
Early retirement's possible.
And startups start up.
Because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank. For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has been brilliantly boring, so you can be happily fulfilled. Which is pretty unboring if you think about it.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, Steel, and Scott's. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your neighborhood Ace. So stop on by, or order online and we'll have it ready for pickup in 15 minutes. Or we'll deliver it the same day. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
If you think the only thing that really matters
is how fast you can go, we want you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
What a lovely place.
Oh, the kids weren't joking. This place is something else. Straight from the history books it is. Now to find that fudge we heard so much about.
Well, that didn't take long.
You can thank Junior for that.
I'm gonna look up. Can you drunk drive a Walmart shopping cart?
McDonald's is always the most popular kid in school. And if they save money with the app, they're also the smartest.
The Bush Guy, cold and smooth survival skills. Should you
Made
become
him get a
stranded,
DUI,
be
so he
ready to
drove a
signal
Walmart
rescuers.
cart to the bar.
How long have I been? 12 minutes. Head for the mountains.
Men tell us when they use Just for Men to eliminate gray, there's a great before and after. Then there's the after. That boost you get when you look and feel your best. And that's why more men choose Just for Men.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
2 weeks ago, a freak storm brought hail to Pomona, forcing an early end to the Winter Nationals. We will finish that race today. Coverage of the final rounds at Top Fuel Funny Car and Pro Stock is coming next from Phoenix after the Xfinity race on FS1.
When you come to Martinsville, you always talk brakes, and racing under the lights is special because you always see those glowing rotors.
It's always cool to see, right? It's a cool judge of who's using them more, than the other guys, and then it's super cool.
So we're gonna go back green with 73 to go.
Great flow. So restart. Parker Kligerman was out of tires.
Yep.
Right. He had
That's why they stayed out.
So he stayed out. He's got about 45 or so green flag lap on his stuff. Everyone else behind him on stickers. Sheldon Creed was second, or was third, picked behind the 48 instead of picking the top. So we'll be curious to see how he chooses to go about things behind the 48 with some older stuff.
The first obstacle is going to be this launch inside the restart zone. Parker is the control car, but he's going to struggle compared to sticker tires, and it's going to stack the field up, no doubt.
Coming off a 40 lap or so, green flag run. 73 to go now as we hit the green.
Did a good job. That's about as good as you could ask for Parker for that launch, but Eric's going to try and roll his top here and pinch him off and be able to get this lead on the back straightaway.
middle of 3 wide as Almirola gets the lead for second. Sheldon Creed, Cole
racing hard there.
and Chandler Smith, after losing the spots on pit road, is up to 4th.
It really is that time of night. I mean, you got to go. I think if you want to keep pace, you got Chandler Smith.
Bottom of 3. Three's wide into the corner. Oh, slight contact.
No,
Here comes
Sheldon.
the 81. Creed not going away. Sammy Smith back in the picture.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn. Cole Custer in the wall.
I mean, Chandler Smith sees the win and $100 grand, right? I mean, so he's like, I have got to go. My car was similar to Eric's before that last round, so he's got to be aggressive, you know, to try to get these spots and get back to where he was running for the yellow.
Look at 5th and 6th. Stewart Haas Racing teammates Cole Custer and Riley Hurst. Ford is currently on a 14-race winless streak when it comes to short tracks in the Xfinity Series, but both of their drivers in the hunt with 70 to go.
You know, behind this, Justin Allgaier stuck on the outside lane behind the 48 car. On old stuff, he finally gets down, but he lost a ton of
69
spots
to go.
at that exchange, getting trapped on the top behind the slower car of Cleveland.
And in Parker, you have no tires. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's really, really frustrating because everyone else, the urgency's super high for everyone in the field. We talk about, you know, the 81, you know, going for the spot here. It just gets, yeah.
Pretty good job to hang on there. How about it?
Yeah, it was still out there. Luckily, they were able to keep it going pretty straight.
These two are going to have an interesting finish to this race, I do believe. And the competition meeting going to have quite the conversation next week because they have really gone after one another, very aggressive among teammates. It's really what you expect to see when you come to this racetrack.
And I think they all just don't want Eric to get too far away. Eric was able to manage his stuff, 1 second lead that last run, and be in a comfy little zone where he could just do whatever he needed to. And I think these guys need to get to where they put pressure on him throughout the entirety of the run, because I think they have the pace. It's just, you know, who's sorted out to be second. And I think Chandler, and we've seen Sheldon struggle with this part of the run, you know, throughout the night. And Chandler, it's kind of his first time to really get all this clean air and be able to do something with his car as he's trying to work on an over-under, see what the track's got in it. Maybe he doesn't quite have it in yet. Wait a few laps later to see if that line's available.
Yeah, you know, every lap that Chandler's trying to pass the 18, he's using his stuff up, right? That wide entry, that turn down in the middle, you're grinding your right front tire, you're trying to get back to the gas harder because you have a straighter exit. You're really kind of spinning your tires. So the longer the 81 stays behind this 18, you see him, he's spinning the tires off of 2, so he's just using his stuff up over Eric. He's just cruising out there. You know, Eric's managing the gap. Eric loves
It's a three-way JGR battle up front.
He's working hard to try to get by the 18. But Sheldon's doing a great job. He's doing an awesome job of not making any mistakes and trying to see where this run goes.
You see the numbers there for Sheldon Creed. 8 times he's been a runner-up in his career, still searching for his first career victory. 2 of those coming right here at Martinsville. One of them, ironically enough, last fall when he was racing with his teammates at the front of the field late. Allgaier trying to muscle his way back to the front. The 19 is Taylor Gray.
Yeah, Allgaier, he's trying to get to 10th, you know, so he just lost a ton of ground on that restart. Just kind of getting caught in the slow lane, and he has his work cut out for him now. We saw the 7 be one of the fastest cars there early in the race. Has lost a little bit of track position, and now he really has to try to go here with 60 to go.
And you're at a point now where there's no games to be played because you put that last set of tires on, even if the caution comes out, you're going to have to get it done on a restart. You can't manufacture anything from this moment of the race on. Ryan Sieg, 12th right now, leaning on Taylor Gray, the young driver.
Ryan Sieg's put together a really good run. You know, started 8th, went 7th in stage 1, 10th in stage 2. He's fighting for 11th right now. They do a really good job at that race team, and Ryan's a good race car driver, and it's cool to see that guys really good.
Almirola up front, if you remember last summer, he was driving a Sieg car, a collaboration with Sieg and Stewart Haas Racing when he won at Sonoma. So I know that team, they do bring some good stuff. Behind him, another underdog group, Our Motorsports, Anthony Alfredo driving the 5. Jed Burton not going away. And it's another race, another first time seeing a track for the rookie Jesse Love. And another evening where you feel like he's running better late in the race than he has throughout the balance of the night. He just seems to get better and better as these races go on. It speaks to his talent, his ability to learn. 10th right now, and if he finishes in the top 10, it would be his 4th consecutive race inside the top 10. Look at what this driver from California, reigning champ in the ARCA Menard Series. First 3 races of the year, he's winning stages, leading laps, got those 2 poles. But in the last 3 races, he's been really impressive. And what stands out to me, not just the top 10s, I said he's going for 4 in a row here tonight, but that average finish of 4.3. And you know the other thing he's doing? He's creating grace. He's got a good spot in points. You see he's 4th. It's so much easier to play with the lead than it is to come from behind as a young driver. And he's taken advantage of all of his opportunities. 55 laps to go. Almirola is leading, the veteran. It's the rookie, Jesse Love, in 10th. Virginia is for lovers. And, boy, just as we were going to do the Power of Love music going to break, we get a caution. It's our 8th of the night. Garrett Smithley in the 6th.
So Garrett Smithley's around. That brings out the caution.
My detective work, when the left rear bumper is torn off, usually it gets torn off by a right front of a car. So
I think
Barrett might have had some help.
Good detective work, McWhinney.
Smithley was 29 and on the lead lap. Let's go to the driver right now in 7th, Sam Mayer. Remember when they stayed out and ran it to the end of stage 2? You know what that means?
They have a set tires.
They have a set of tires.
I don't. For the same reason why they stayed out on old tires to get away from all the mess.
I think we struck a nerve here.
I would not want to bury myself at the end of the race in the beehive with 53 to go.
You know, I mean, he's going to go back to 28th if he pits, right? Granted, if no one else pits with him. I mean, we'll see what he does, but you're going to go to 28th. It's going to be 48 laps to go by the time we get back going green. That's a long time. You know, you're losing a lot of ground. So we'll see. All right, they're gonna stay out here and just see what they can do from 7.
I wasn't suggesting they do it. I was just presenting the information, Austin.
I wasn't even going to let you
Stop
suggest
yelling
it.
at me.
I wasn't even going to let you suggest it.
Be nice. 53 laps to go. We're under caution. Now let's get your song in.
Come and get your love. Come and get your love.
NASCAR returns to Dover Motor Speedway, home of the Monster Mile. With more in 24. Expanded campgrounds, and expanded fan zone of fun for all ages. More hard action. Unforgettable moments. And above all, more roar.
Come and get your love.
NASCAR roars at Dover Motor Speedway, home of the Monster Mile. April 26th to 28th.
Not all Caitlin Clarks are the same. Caitlin Clark, city planner. Just like not all internet providers are the same. Don't settle. Get real deal speed, reliability, and power with Xfinity.
She shoots from here? That's kind of my thing.
Get the real deal with Xfinity Internet today and get fast speeds and a reliable connection to all your devices in the home, even when everyone is online.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad. Hey, watch it. It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face. Game changer. While the Flex, this contours to it, so the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke for the ultimate Gillette shaving experience. The best the man can get is Gillette Labs.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce at only $3.99.
We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stop it! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99.
Pizza. All the parts you need at the prices you want. Guaranteed to fit every time. So you can keep your ride or die alive.
It's that time of year again.
Answer the question, ladies.
When the boys in blue don't move, get a much earned
You should be more nice.
break. Cops Spring Break. New episode Friday on Fox Nation. The only place to watch new episodes of Cops. America is streaming. Did you see that? Hear that? Feel that? Is this a shooting star? Rock star? Superstar? Let's all take a deep breath. Because once we peel out, there's no looking back.
You know, the NASCAR Xfinity Series made its return to Martinsville in 2020. It raced here from 82 to 94, had a long hiatus before coming back in 2006, and then ultimately coming on a consistent basis again, as I said, in 2020. When you look at the 7 races in the last 4 or 5 years, we've had 7 different winners. In fact, if you go on back, the last 13 races here have produced 13 drivers getting to victory lane. The one common thread here, you got to drive for Joe Gibbs Racing or Junior Motorsports, because they have been able to get it done on each of those occasions. Gibbs winning 4 of the 7, and they're in position to do it again tonight, running 1, 2, 3, just as they did a week ago. And if they finish 1, 2, 3 tonight, got a long way to go, but they would be doing that back-to-back top 3 sweeps for the first time since 2016.
So they've added a lot here. Curious.
Yeah, I am too.
I didn't think the choose was open, and I think some guys thought it was open.
I think there was a miscommunication to either the drivers or what.
Okay, I think they're sorting it out now.
Possibly. I don't know. This is interesting. I'm gonna watch.
So the one to go was not transmitted to all the teams. They're going to reset, and then we'll do the choose.
Sammy Smith thought that they all chose.
Right, yeah.
He's like, thank you.
He's like, are you kidding me?
Racing before the race. Should be an interesting choose. I think we've seen Sheldon be pretty aggressive on taking front row every time. I don't expect that to change.
Now we get the choose.
Alrighty.
Oh, all right. Chandler Smith loves that.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, he's been trying to pass the 18 the whole run. He's like, yes, I will take the front row.
This is the first taste of a lead that Chandler's had all day. And I think we'll see what he does to take advantage of it.
Sammy Smith thought he got a gift to move up to the front row. Chandler Smith does get the gift. A gift start on the front row next to his teammate Eric Almirola. Watch Custer in the 0-0 row 2. And Mayer, I mean, boy, they've kind of been all over the board tonight, but he's back up there in row 3 next to his teammate Sammy Smith.
You know, restarts on 30-lap old tires.
You're ready.
You know, usually gets pretty interesting. The top is a little bit more competitive.
Here we go, back green.
So we'll see what Chandler can do.
46 laps to go at Martinsville. Teammates front row.
Green flag.
Chandler Smith.
Really good launch in the outside lane by Chandler Smith. Should give him the best shot possible here on the outside to make this work.
Got word from NASCAR. The restart is under review. They've looked at a couple tonight. No penalties yet.
He's hanging tough there on the outside.
Doing a really good job of hanging out there. See Eric trying to run him up the track a little bit.
Sheldon.
So Eric can just get a little bit straighter launch.
That tells me Eric feels like he's under threat. If he's already pulling that move, washing him up, you know, 1 lap after the restart, you know, he's got to go.
Here's Sheldon Creed.
Now Eric has been a little bit better spot, right? If he gets a nose ahead, he can maybe take a little bit more real estate from the 81.
He's doing a great job on the outside here. Still nose to nose going into turn 3.
Got a thumbs up. Restart is all good as they battle for the race lead side by side. Almirola and Smith.
And this is the toughest spot possible because, I mean, this is your teammate, and you are racing for the win, and you're racing for $100,000. And
yeah,
we still have 43 laps left, but to be out of control of this race is super important as Eric finally gets that pass done for so long. And Chandler's just going to sneak back down back in front of his teammate.
Little contact between the 18 and 81. 18 said, no, sir, you're not getting that in front of me.
That loss of momentum allows Sheldon Creed to drive through to second. You know, I look at the 81 racing the 20, and I rewind to last week. Eric was so strong stage 1, stage 2, but the final stage, Chandler Smith got it dialed in and was able to win by more than 4 seconds at Richmond on that long green flag run to end it. But here he's third, last week's winner. Creed is second, and Almirola leading again. The veteran's been out front for 115 laps.
Think Shane's going to send the 27?
I think he's thinking about
Give him a little payback from
he's
earlier.
squaring up.
This for 15.
Yep. From Love from New Zealand.
No,
Brennan Poole wedging through. 3 wide. Brennan in that 44. Look how beat up that car is. And he is on the lead lap running 18th. Jeremy Clements on the lead lap as well behind him. Looks like a modified. And there's the 43. It's Ryan Ellis, Virginia's own, trying to get a top 20. Parker Kligerman into 48. They came down pit road on that last caution, put on some scuffs. We mentioned earlier they were out of tires. Just trying to make something happen. 21st right now.
See Allgaier getting down on that curve trying to get around Riley Herbst. He's still trying to recover that track position he lost from that last restart. He got stuck behind the 48 car. He's been all over the back of the 98 car for the last handful of laps. And this is a difficult part of the run where the track isn't quite wide enough yet to find some options. So he's going to be working over that back bumper until that outside lane starts to get rubbered in.
Anthony Alfredo right there to bounce, keep going. Maybe Justin hitting the 98 the wrong spot, and the 5 looking to pick up another spot. Really good run for Anthony. Sam Mayer, good thing he didn't pit there, Adam.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, don't you go the way of Austin Cindric here. Almirola leading this race, a big baseball fan, which takes us to this. Next Saturday on FS1, a bitter rivalry is brewing in the Lone Star State. Now Corey Seager and the reigning champion Rangers battle Jose Altuve of the Astros. It all begins 4 Eastern on FS1 next Saturday. Corey Seager went to the same high school as Bubba Wallace, Northwest Cabarrus in Kannapolis. I think they were there at the same time. Bubba starting on the front row here tomorrow next to Kyle Larson. Coverage begins 2 Eastern on FS1.
That's a fun fact.
There you go. The Rangers at home next week. We should all get tickets, go to the game, because we're going to be in Fort Worth. Another NASCAR triple header. Trucks Friday night at Texas Motor Speedway. Xfinity on Saturday. Cup on Sunday.
The 20 hasn't really been able to drive away from the other Gibbs cars. Eric's probably managing the gap. He's got 6.5, 7/10 lead. He's probably just managing everything, coming back to 31 to go. I feel like the 81 is a little bit quicker than the 18, but the 18 actually found a little pace. The 81's just not beating his bumper off anymore. So show to Creed. They might have worked in that car a little bit, making him a race-winning car here late in the race.
I mentioned we're going to Texas next week. NASCAR Xfinity Series, round 8, Saturday afternoon, 1:30 Eastern time on FS1. Joey Logano, feel like he's here most every week, right? But Ross Chastain, first ever trip to the Xfinity booth. You have any advice? This is like your second or third, Austin. What would you tell Ross as he comes up to the booth for the first time next week?
I don't know. I got nothing advice. Don't wear a bow tie because apparently it drives people crazy. But here I am.
Allgaier, Riley Herbst. Talked about the night for Alfredo hanging tight.
I'd love to see Sheldon be able to get by, but I don't know. Maybe if Eric catches some lap traffic.
Mayer trying to get fourth away from Custer.
Mayer's on the move right now.
Car showing a lot of speed here late in this race.
He needs it. Mentioned all the bad luck for Junior Motorsports, and he shouldered the load for most of it. Just wrong place, wrong time, so many occasions.
Now, Almirola is probably, 10 laps away from getting some pretty dense lap traffic. We've got around this, and we're about, less than a straightaway away from lap traffic to come up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think that's really when guys who are good and have their tires under them at this point in the run are really going to show up. And with only 28 laps to go, it could definitely play a dynamic into the end of this race.
Last week at Richmond, Almirola led 95 laps. That's the most he had ever led in his career. He's bettered it tonight. You see the graphic. Just about to hit 130. I'm happy to see Eric racing in the Xfinity Series. Full-time, forever in Cup. Said he wanted to step back, spend more time with his family. Going to run right about 12, 15 races for Joe Gibbs Racing this year. And Eric just is not racing. He's become a mentor for all their young drivers. What an asset to have, not just behind the wheel, but in the shop, on the pit box if he's not racing, and doing a great job of being a team player.
What an interesting perspective that must be. He's sitting there, he's racing those teammates for the lead, for $100 grand, and he's also supposed to, be somewhat of a senior position.
He said, here's the deal. Let me give you some advice on racing in the Xfinity Series. If I'm leading 25 laps to go, don't pass me, right?
It's framed really well for him. Yes, 100%.
Anthony Alfredo making a move to the inside of Riley Herbst. That's for P8.
It's an impressive run. They obviously qualified well, and sometimes take that for granted, but he's had that pace all races. We're obviously heating up here for the battle for second.
Yeah, Chandler, he's starting to lose patience now. He's like, man, I've got to go. Eric's starting to stretch out the lead a little bit. 18's starting to struggle. The one is coming, is catching these guys quickly. So Chandler has to make a choice. Like, hey, if I mess around any longer, the one's going to pass me. So you can get still aggressive here because this is his only shot to go up there and get the 20 before he gets passed, by the one.
81-18 side by side, and you guys have said it multiple times tonight. Loose.
Oh, no.
There goes Chandler up the track, but he does complete the pass. Chandler, Eric Almirola, both going for an extra $100,000 tonight. I'm not sure this is over. Creed goes wide. Sam Mayer drives through to third.
Crossover.
That's a pretty interesting exchange. Obviously, Creed got super loose into one and gave Chandler the opportunity. Then Chandler got really loose under the 18 as he was trying to finish the pass. Bit of a messy run, and Sam Mayer looks like he's going to be able to capitalize on this in the outside lane and continue this momentum he's had coming up through the field. He's got several really good cars to get halfway through this run.
It's been a solid night for Junior Motorsports. All 5 of their cars inside the top 12. And you got the top 9. Waffle now in the 9th position.
And this has put a 2-second gap for Eric Almirola since those guys started battling for second, and he's just now starting to get into lap traffic, which gives him a ton of flexibility as far as how urgent he has to be with putting those other guys a lap down.
Yeah, I mean, you see one lap he gained half a second, right, with those guys racing super hard. So that he loved that right there. Just give him a little bit of a cushion. Second and third with Mayer and Smith are probably going to start racing harder here. So Eric's just picking his way through lap traffic. Hopefully no yellow is what he's hoping for right now, that he can bring this thing home. There's still a lot to play out here with 18 laps to go.
9 miles. His first win of the year, Eric Almirola. Can't say enough about the effort for Carson.
Yeah, Eric's just pulled out. I mean, looks like he's got
Sam
this.
Mayer.
Unless another caution comes out.
Lap traffic may open the door for him to get second away from Chandler Smith.
I don't know if Sam has enough to go just run down the leader straight up, but if we do have a caution, I bet you he is really happy about his car. Sounds like Regan's got an update on Sam.
Well, Austin, you see Sam having that good run right now. Obviously, he got shuffled out early on in the race, lost a little bit of the handle, and we got yellow on the track.
How about that? 9th yellow of the night.
So caution is
16
out.
laps to go. It's for Ryan Sieg in the 39. That's too bad.
Man, he was having such a good night. But now this changes the game. Brings the one car who is probably the only one who could rival the 20. I feel like the 81 kind of fell off a little bit. He burned his stuff up racing the 18.
See what happened to Ryan here.
He was running 15.
Hard to tell. Either got really loose in or had a brake lock up or lost some brakes.
Yeah, you can't really tell from that angle to the left. The rear appears to be up, so maybe he might have got wheel hopping.
You know, you kind of see that sometimes, and these cars can wheel hop. You get in the corner a little faster and get on the brakes quick. It starts chattering the rear tires, and once that happens, especially here, gosh, there's no saving it.
Going to get this restart right around 10 laps to go. And that takes me to all the dramatic finishes we've had here at Martinsville in recent years. 3 of the last 4 have ended with a last lap pass. Brandon Jones, when he won, actually stayed out the entire final stage. They were wrestling behind him, dash for cash money on the line, and he said, I'll take the win. And then the fight after between Mayer and Gibbs. That fall, Ty Gibbs with a spot in the championship 4 on the line, bump and run on his teammate. He wins under caution. And then last fall, teammates duking it out when Sheldon Creed was at RCR with Austin Hill. And this was just nuts, right? But they come off turn 4, and somehow, some way, Justin Allgaier able to get through, get the win, and move on to the championship 4. And well, Austin Hill and many at RCR obviously not feeling good at the end of that one.
The first thing I think of for this restart is the choose. If you're Sam Mayer, it is the easiest choose of your life. You're going either on the bottom or the front row. It's pretty simple. I think Chandler Smith has a very difficult decision. You know, he hung really well on the outside the last time he was there. And Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier are kind of waiting in the wings for those decisions. But this is where this choose cone becomes really, really important to short track racing.
Chandler Smith running second, and we know how aggressive things have been between he and his teammate Sheldon Creed.
But, you know, he talked about troubles getting in the corner. You can actually see the left rear wheel start kind of bouncing. That's that wheel hop we were talking about. The 81 actually wheel hopped a little bit into 3, and it caused him to get up the racetrack into the 18, and that's what happens when you dive into those corner hard with a lot of wear on your tires. So, yeah, I mean, the choose, Austin, I think the 20 takes the bottom. You know, so the big decision is, does Chandler Smith take the front row? I feel like you have to. You got to take the front row. Tires are worn out. You did a good job. You almost got the lead last time. You hung out there for a handful of laps. The top is just getting better as tires wear out. So that's the chance you have to take right now.
Carson Guapel is so talented.
Eric takes the top.
Took the top.
Yeah, he is.
Man, that's...
Next 3
That's
guys.
a lot of trust. I believe. Yeah,
it's 100%. So there's two risks in that, right? It's that you got to trust the guy on your inside. Granted, he's your teammate. Okay, if there's anyone you're going to trust, it's going to be that guy.
Yep.
And 2, Eric saw how well Chandler held the outside on him last time, and it was clearly enough to really inspire this choose. And I think the other thing that's super critical about this is the launch. I think the launch is going to win the restart. It's at least going to put you in position to win the restart before anything else. And with tires this old, as you see Chandler warming them up, I think Eric might think he gets better drive in the outside lane as well.
Yeah, it's a tough spot if you're Eric, right? You're like, okay, I think the top might be better to choose, but you put a lot of faith in the guy below you and the guy in third, right? The guy in third can just ship the guy underneath you and take you out. So, yeah, the launch, I think, is huge.
Finished 1-2 last
Green flag.
row for the restart. 11 to go. Chandler Smith, Eric Almirola.
Both guys spinning their tires. Be pretty even off of turn 2. Eric's going to try to hold him tight.
That's 2 restarts in a row. Chandler's got a really good launch, and Skipper shot the lead as a banging doors going into 3 and 4.
Chandler Smith drives through down low and takes the top.
Chandler Smith is going to take the lead.
Almirola. Sam Mayer to third.
Racing hard back there.
Okay, here we go.
Damn.
9 laps to go this time around.
Here comes Eric.
Back to the inside. He takes over the
Mayer's
top
not
spot.
going to go.
Sam Mayer smells blood now. He sees what Eric's willing to do to win this race, and Sam feels really good about his car. See what happens here for these last couple laps. Should be a great battle.
Bottom right, the exchange between Almirola and his teammate. 20 back on point.
One car moving the 20 up the racetrack.
There it is, Sam Mayer pushing, shoving inside of Eric Almirola. Going to be 7 laps to go, and they're side by side for the lead.
Sam worked him up the track a little bit, gets his drive. They're still hanging on there, but I think Sam's got a good advantage here.
Eric's going to try to fade high. They're trying to
Caution.
Sam Mayer takes over the race lead and
Jesus.
Caution. Our 10th of the night.
Damn, look at that.
Huge damage. Jeremy Clements is there. Jeb Burton as well. So Myatt Snyder, Kyle Sieg.
Damn.
That's a shame for Jeb. Obviously, they had a really fast car tonight. Got the points in both stages, and see what happened here to cause this. Top right of the screen looks like Jeb was in the middle of 3 wide. Lost a bit of drive on the exit. Some guys got stacked up from behind, and just a lot of contact.
Jeb was getting used up for a few laps, and left rear looks cut. He might have had a cut left rear there off of 4, and you saw, yeah, I think he had a left rear down and slowed up and kind of got run over from behind. So just one of those things that just compound right on each other, and took a couple guys involved in that wreck. Poor Jeremy Clements has had a rough night.
I think doesn't have any front end left to get torn off.
No, he got tore up on the restart. He got tore up in that wreck, and unfortunate night for those guys, and unfortunate end for Jeb, who was stringing together a pretty good run.
All those drivers outside the top 20 when they got collected. Saw Burton climbing out of his car. Matt DiBenedetto drives away. He has plenty of damage on the 38.
We got Carson Quaffle in the top 5, Shane Van Gisbergen, P10. Those are some really good runs for guys that do not have a lot of laps here in these cars.
I'm going to look again at that sequence between Chandler Smith and Eric Almirola as they battled back and forth after that last restart.
I would say this was more contact than I was maybe expecting with 10 to go. But it shows you how important it is to get track position in the lead.
And after Eric Almirola got the top spot, no rest, because here comes the one of Sam Mayer, and he too using the bumper late in the race at Martinsville.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what it is at the end of these races. You get within a car length of a guy getting into the corner, and you're just going to get in there and let off the brakes a little bit sooner and just move that guy up out of the groove. I mean, it's just typical Martinsville stuff. And I mean, this stuff's just racing. All that stuff is just the end of this race. People trying to get the lead. Obviously, this next restart is going to be big. And, gosh, I don't know what's going to happen.
Sam Mayer's got a set of tires.
You can have them. We'll put them in your car. You can take them home with you.
I had to bring it up.
Yeah, those are the tires that Sam Mayer's not going to use.
Hey, I know when Marty Lindley was playing out the strategy, we were all like, this is curious. But I think they've shown how good their car is, and the fact that they could manage through it, and they've established themselves now and put themselves in a spot to go out and win the race. Here's Marty.
Okay, bumpers are obviously open. All right, everyone has established that we are going to use our bumpers.
Yes.
If you're the one car, where do you pick, right? Because
bottom.
I think you got to pick the bottom, right? The 20 lost the lead on the top. The one is going to be able to choose the bottom, and then you kind of have free range, right, to kind of use up the racetrack. Use that guy on the outside of you up a little bit. You just saw that the top it didn't really have a lot of grip and speed. So yeah, I think the one's got to choose the bottom, and I think Eric, you got to have a shot to win. I'm going to choose the front row, right? Or hey, he just got moved by the one. Maybe I pick third behind you, and I'm going to repay the favor for you. It's just all those little decisions that drivers have to make right now. It just is running through your brain of who do I owe? What's my best chance to win? Who do I trust and don't trust right now? You don't trust anybody right now. You're going to get expected to get the bumper, and it's going to be a crazy one.
Right, so you're playing devil and angel on both shoulders.
Yes,
stir it up.
I think at this point it's just two devils.
Those are the voices in your head while you're sitting here under caution as a driver. You're trying to figure out what move can you justify, what makes sense for me, and I think yeah, Sam's definitely vulnerable, but I'd take the lead any day, and I think the bottom gives him at least some option of not getting completely removed from the battle for the lead for the rest of the race.
The bottom's the safest place to be.
Yes,
for sure. Okay, he chose bottom very top. Yeah. So
Chandler Smith picking the bottom as well. It's the second opportunity for Carson Quaffle.
on the outside here, row 2. 7th race of the year, 4th time we've gone to overtime. You saw the rules in, 2-lap shootout. Once the leader comes around, takes the white flag under green, the next flag would end the race, whether it be the caution or the checkers. If we do get a caution flag before the leader gets the white, we'll reset and do it all again. Free racing in Martinsville tonight.
We've got Sheldon Creed, who is still trying to win that first race, line up there right behind the leader. I think a great opportunity for all these guys in the top four, to win this race.
Almirola, Chandler Smith going for $100,000. Whoever finishes the best of those drivers will pick up the $100,000 in our Dash for Cash. Overtime at Martinsville, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Green flag.
Mayor Almirola, here we go.
18 giving the shot getting in the corner. Moving Motley 3 wide for the lead.
Creed 3 wide.
Jesus.
Mayor Chandler Smith making a move. Almirola gets the lead.
I'm gonna roll out in front.
Wow, what a sequence. Here's a white flag.
White flag.
Caution is out.
Caution.
The race is over. And it's going to be Eric Almirola.
So Eric Almirola is going to win at Martinsville.
Talk about whirlwind of emotions, right? Had the race in the bag, late caution.
Eric Almirola.
Lead to get it back. Really good job by Eric Almirola. That's awesome to see.
Got it back the same way he lost it, outside on the restart.
Yep.
So, deserving win for Eric. Obviously dominated this race, showed the veteran that he is, and obviously very happy.
First time he's won on a short track in the top 3 series of NASCAR. His 5th career win in an Xfinity car, and the 2nd win this season for the 20 team. John Hunter Nemechek got him there at Las Vegas. Let's go back to that restart.
So St. Mary's going to get a great launch here, going to have an advantage, but Sheldon Creed's just going to line up and use the bumper and try and give himself the best shot to win the race, make it bottom of 3, and gives Eric the momentum here on the top.
Yeah, you know, the 18 touching the curb, the one forcing him down there, trying to, you know, kind of make it a tight fit for him. Eric was just able to roll momentum on the top and was able to get clear, you know, by a good chunk there, which just worked out great for him. So, I mean, it's just one of those things, right? Like, the one thinks his safest bet is on the bottom, but you take the chance of, hey, the third guy might hit me, you know, and it just didn't work out for the one.
And now what brought out the caution that ended the race. Riley Herbst to the 98. Backs it into the wall.
Ooh.
I believe that was Ryan Ellis who came sliding through and hit him. Eric Almirola wins at Martinsville and gets $100,000 in the process, courtesy of the Dash for Cash.
Shout out Carson Plopple, P4, first Xfinity race. That's really easy run for you.
Josh Williams ends up inside the top 10 after being 12th last week at Richmond. A 1-2-3 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing, but they put 2 cars in the top 3 tonight. Almirola the win. Chandler Smith was 3rd. Mayer gets 2nd. Solid evening for both Junior Motorsports and Joe Gibbs Racing. JGR has won 5 of the 8 races since the Xfinity Series has returned to the paperclip. And this is what it's all about. You win the race, you get the $100,000 bonus, and your kids are waiting on you to celebrate. .208 wins all time in the Xfinity Series for Joe Gibbs Racing. And number 208 comes courtesy of Eric Almirola. Regan.
Well, a very excited Eric Almirola down here with his family. Kids are here, Eric. A wild one at the end. We saw contact with teammates. We saw 3 wide at the very end. Talk me through the end of that race. How did you end up on the front stretch here?
Oh, man. First,
I want to thank the good Lord. Man, this is so awesome. To win for Joe Gibbs Racing, I've had an asterisk next to a win for Coach for 17 years. And this is so awesome to finally put a real win banner up inside the shop at Joe Gibbs Racing. I want to say thank you to Toyota. Man, this GR Supra was fast. I'm supposed to say as fast as the Xfinity internet, but man, I just want to thank everybody at Joe Gibbs Racing. Thank you, Coach, for calling me and giving me this opportunity to come and have some fun and still scratch the itch of racing, but still get to spend a lot of time with my family. I've had so much pressure to win. I mean, I think everybody expected me to just get in and go win. And the reality is it's really hard to jump in these cars and race against the guys that do it week in and week out. But just so thankful for all the people that He Gets Us, that whole ministry, for believing in me and asking me to do this. And this just feels really good. I've won a lot of races in my career through the
Deegan manages
18th to get me that opportunity to go work for Coach. And then from there, it's been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of struggles over 20 years in NASCAR. And to cap off my career doing it the way I want to do it, with Coach, with this whole organization at Joe Gibbs Racing, it feels amazing, and we're going to celebrate this one. Good news, you're going to celebrate with an extra $100,000 dash for cash. It just keeps coming. That's right. I totally forgot about that. So, yeah, I was just so focused on winning. I didn't really care about anything else. Chandler, I felt like, used me up pretty good. So when I got back to him, I was going to make sure he knew it. And then from there, the race was on. Mayer did a great job of getting to me and kind of moving me out of the way. And then on that restart, I knew it was going to be tough. But I was really thankful to be able to hold on to it. They drilled me in the left rear, and I was able to hold on to it and get a good run off it too. So, man, this is awesome. It's crazy. It's an Xfinity win, but it feels just as good as any other win, man. It's so competitive. It really is. And there's a lot of pressure, like I said, to just get in and win. Everybody thinks you're just going to get into Joe Gibbs Racing cars and go win, and it's not that easy. But we did it here at Martinsville. And I talked to Blaney pre-race, and he brought up that memory of having to run second to him in the fall. And I wanted that one so bad. I would have loved to have capped off my career in Cup racing with a win here in Martinsville. It's one of my favorite racetracks, so had to do it tonight. Eric Almirola wins in Martinsville.
And Sam Mayer comes home second, and I saw you have a long conversation with Dale Jr. after this race one. I heard you say you really wanted that one. Anything else you could have done on that final restart?
Yeah, I mean, the way this year's gone, I'm happy with the B2 at the end of the day. I mean, we finished the race. The car is pretty much in one piece. This 10X Chevrolet was really, really good today. Man, those restarts here are just ruthless and painful. I mean, obviously the 20 was really, really good today. It was good that I was able to keep up and be as fast as them and pass all those JGR cars there at the end and march up to the front for real. And that's the first time I've done that here. So super proud of these guys. We're digging ourselves out of a hole little by little, but at the end of the day, we needed a W, and got one I feel like stolen from me there a little bit. So tough deal, but we're gonna move on to I don't even know where we are next week. Probably a good track for me, so I ain't worried about it. We're gonna go and try to haul the mail there.
Appreciate it, Sam.
So Almirola forgets about the $100,000 he won, and Sam Mayer doesn't even know where we're racing next week. Ironically enough, he will be going for the $100,000 in the dash for cash. Here are the eligible drivers.
Thanks, dude. Be back for Cup Sunday. Hell yeah, I'm gonna be back tomorrow.
Almirola not racing next weekend.
He gets us.
Will not be going for a bonus in a second consecutive week. Back downstairs.
Well, Chandler Smith. Chandler, you got yourself up to the lead, and then we saw the contact with teammates there towards the end. What took place from your perspective?
I mean, we're racing for a grandfather clock. No harm, no foul there. I would have done the same. I mean, I did use the 20 up a little bit. Just needed a little bit more there at the very end to be able to hold them off. But really proud of everybody at Joe Gibbs Racing. They took this car right here that I decided to wad up in the fence last night. Took it back home to the race shop and worked at 2 o'clock in the morning. Showed back up at 5 and had this thing as fast as Xfinity Internet today. So really proud of everybody on our Wheelers number 81 crew. And we got some really good notes, especially starting in the back for when we come back in the fall time. So everything happens for a reason. The good Lord blesses us in crazy ways, and ways that you possibly can't fathom sometimes. And tonight was one of those, and it's cool to see the outcome of it.
Thanks, Chandler.
Amazing start for Chandler Smith in his first year at Joe Gibbs Racing. 7 races, all top 10s and he helped the average tonight. Came in at 3.3. He was third tonight. Your thoughts
I
overall?
want to let this get to 3 hours.
Yeah,
I'm trying to let this get to 3 hours. We're like 2 minutes from that. So I'm just trying to fill time. But
I
yeah.
think Sam Mayer obviously put himself in position. Obviously, was devastated in that interview, but
when's the
has
race
nothing to be upset
tomorrow?
about. I think he ran a great race.
Yeah, awesome race tonight. You know, I mean, once we kind of got
So the
rolling in
race
the third
tomorrow
stage, you really saw
is
whose car came to
3.
shine. You know, the 20 was good all night. The 1 got really good at the end, and they were
Right.
battling out. You know, with the 18 as well.
And the green
81
flag
was
is
up there all night.
3:11.
So,
I don't think there's
cool for
supposed to
Eric,
be
really
any
excited
rain
for him.
tomorrow.
I'm happy. I didn't make anyone cry.
And we
anymore.
can't use
So,
the damp
no, that's awesome. He
tires.
deserved that win. He raced his tail off, and what a way to get a grandfather clock and share it with his kids and family.
Shout out to Carson Quapple, top 5, third consecutive week
In
of driver making his
Ridgeway,
debut, and they
Virginia,
finished
where this
inside
track
the top 10
actually
first time
is.
that's ever happened 3 straight weeks.
Tomorrow,
Let's look to tomorrow. 400 laps, and
there
of
is
course,
a
last time we were here,
0%
Ryan, you got
chance
the
of rain.
Yeah, I mean, just
It
you know,
is
it's kind
sunny
of hard to compare tonight to tomorrow. You know, it's it was
into
full
the
dark out
60s with
tonight,
very
and
little wind
the track
all
did
day.
take some rubber though, and I thought in our
So yeah,
practice it laid down some
it'll
good
be
rubber,
a
too. So I'll
it'll
for
be a
sure
race
see
that
us really moving
happens
around
on
the track tomorrow
NASCAR on
night, taking what it gives us, you know,
FS1,
have
and
to
I'll be
adventure
streaming it
100 laps shorter, or
right
we-
fucking
you know,
here
we're just
on
here, so we have to
fucking
really try to figure it out early in the race.
YouTube.
So race day tomorrow,
And
2 o'clock Eastern time. We're racing at
titties.
3. All of that on FS1. NHRA is coming up next. It's
Titties are
Pomona
cool.
finals, but they're doing that in Phoenix.
Oh, so I'll be
because
streaming
the
this on
finals
titties.com
raced,
also.
rained out last time out at Pomona.
So
It's
make
been a
sure
fun
to,
evening here in Martinsville,
because like I also need
Virginia.
watch time
Eric
on there,
Almirola
so
enjoying
make sure
himself
you
as he gets his first win of the year. He
know,
gets that
tune
grandfather
in on there.
clock, and it's his first victory driving for
So
the
I
coach
get that
at Joe
much
Gibbs
time.
Racing. We appreciate you watching. For Josh Sims,
Just,
on the pit lane,
you know,
Ryan Blaney and Austin
it's a fun
Cindric.
website.
I'm Adam Alexander saying good
Yeah, I
night
have
from
a big
Martinsville. We'll
following
see you
over there.
tomorrow. And congratulations, Eric Almirola.
Trying to get them over here. Alright, yes. Alright, bye guys. I want to thank you bitches for watching, and peace out.
The end